Hello everybody and welcome. We are back here today with Season 2, Week 4 of BattleMania, and do we have some matches for you here today. But listen, I hope all of you are very well wherever you are, and I hope you're taking care of yourself during these times. But let's hop in here with BattleMania Season 2, Week 4. And as we have here in the semi-finals, we have Caradoc up against Rubber Duck of War. Rubber Duck of War beating Noob for Life in round 1, then Dr. Jellyfish and Surfer Razum. Three very top competitors here within this tournament, so really good wins there coming from him. Caradoc as well beating Alec Rao and Tank to get through to this semi-final. These guys beating all of the opponents, so some brilliant stuff going there. Thank you very much for subscribing, Mr. Blue Stripe. Thank you very much for that. Just got that notification there. But yeah, some fantastic stuff coming from these, and we will be having Riffle Shuffle against Void in the other semi-final. So I hope everybody's doing very well today. And let's hop into this. What's up, the guys? And as we can see today, we are going to have Caradoc banning and picking first. So guys, just to let you all know, for any of you that might not know about BattleMania and what it all entails, for BattleMania here today, it's 4 weeks where, greetings Andy, how you doing? I did drop in and try to say yo, but I don't think you're in the Discord, but I hope you're doing well, bro. But this is the 4th week, so for all of this here, over the 4 weeks you obtain points based on your position where you finish in each week. All of your total points are added together here to make a final point summation, and the top 8 players with the most points in total will be going through to the BattleMania Season 2 Invitational. Now, what does the Invitational mean? The Invitational is trying to get the best of everybody that enjoys playing Total War Warhammer and in here in the Battle Main scene, and try and get some brilliant games together so they can all play for prizes and have some very good fun. That's what it's all about here. It's all about having fun, all about making friends, and all about enjoying this fantastic community with everybody here. And of course, seeing as much dwarf action as we possibly can. Just ask Grumbrindle, he knows. But anyway, so we do have a Rubber Duck of War who is exceptional up against a Caradoc who's really doing so well here. Both of these in the top 8 and will more than likely be going through here to the final, including Void, who's already 100% secured himself. I'll send you a great Dowie vs VC battle, by the way. Me and Void today, sorry, on a work call, just watching. Yeah, absolutely no problem, bro, and please do send that across. I'll be very excited to watch. I do like Dowie up against VC. I think it's a very good matchup. The map is Outdoor Outskirts, as I believe. Outdoor Outskirts it is. Outdoor. So yeah, so it'll be a very interesting map. We'll really like Outdoor Outskirts. And a big thank you. We'll start here today and we'll say thank you very much to Mr. J Phoenix. He has yet been incredible. He helped me set this all up and helped run the beginning of the tournament, which I really needed today. So a big thank you to him. He's been absolutely exceptional. So big what up to him. So yeah, he's been amazing. Okay, so it's like Caradoc will be banning and picking first. And I don't know too much about what Caradoc likes to pick and ban. I think he likes vampire counts, I believe. I think he likes playing undead factions, as far as I can remember. He might tell me otherwise. But of course, Rubber Duck of War does like playing Lizardmen. He also likes playing Wood Elves, and he likes a bit of a Dowie and also a bit of an Empire as well. So he's a bit of a man of all trades, but he really specialises in Lizardmen and Wood Elves. I think Lizardmen is definitely up there for a good S tier pick. I mean, at least I think so. I think Ducky has a bit of a different opinion, but I think Lizardmen are an S tier pick. Wood Elves definitely were a top S tier pick, but unfortunately being nerfed a little bit, still maybe up there, but yeah. Hey Zypher, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well today. I hope all of you are doing well. Grumbrindle, as well as Bear. Hope you're having a good day today. J Phoenix is the true champ once again. He is the true champ. And guys, going ahead next week, I think it's going to be Wednesday. I'll have a little chat with Ducky. We try not to do too many tournaments on the same day, but we will be having on Wednesday, or it'll either be early Wednesday, or I might try and see if I can do it on Tuesday. Actually, Tuesday might be better, but if I can do it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I'm going to do the sub faction tournament. So for all of those that didn't see yesterday's stream, what the sub-faction tournament is you can only bring sub-factions to the tournament. You pick one sub-faction. So let's say I go Dwarfs and I pick Clan Ungrund. I pick... I generally pick Clan Ungrund, and then I can only use them for the tournament. And what that means is it allow you guys to see some different builds, and you're going to see some legendary lords that are picked. So let's say you have High Elves. You can't actually pick High Elves because they're the main faction. You can pick everybody with High Elves. But what you can do is you can pick Avalon. With Avalon, you can pick things like Dryads, Treekin, Tree Men, and just some things you wouldn't normally see. If you pick Clan Ungrund, you can see the Ethereal Dwarfs, and you can see some really, really cool units. What's our S-tier factions currently? Flex always coming through with those memes. No, Dark Elves and Beastmen are considered some of the worst in the game. S-tier currently are 100% Greenskins. Greenskins is by far the best faction in the game currently. It was upheld by Skaven, but Skaven got a bit of a nerf with their Poison Winds. So they had Poison Wind Globadiers and they had Poison Wind Mortars. They got a bit of a nerf because they were super powerful. And also their nerf to their very cheap front line. It became more expensive. I mean, the extra 25 cost doesn't seem like too much, but when you add it up, that's an extra, like, let's say you take 8 units in the front line of Skaven Slaves, you're talking an extra 200 cost. You know, that's nearly getting towards 50% of a Poison Wind unit. It actually makes a big difference towards the end. So it looks like here we are going to be having a Greenskin pick here from Caradoc, and we are going to be having Elizabeth and VC ban. So that's a really good ban because lots of terror coming in from both sides. VCA has some very good regenerating units, and Greenskins are very sufferable there to terror. What makes Dark Elves one of the worst? What makes Dark Elves one of the worst is they have one of the smallest hit pools in the game. So on average per unit, they have very small health pools, and they have no way of healing apart from Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer can only heal the legendary lords. So I think Marathi has it, and all sorts of other things. Yes, Greenskins is a bit... So here's the thing about every single faction in the game, and we are in quite a nice period where every single faction has its thing. Every single faction can do well. Beastmen, which are considered the worst faction, can actually beat and do well up against Greenskins. Here's the thing, but at the very, very top level of the game, where you really are concerned here, that's where these rankings come into place. Now, depending on what type of player you are, so for example myself, I would call myself a new mid-tier player. I know most of the factions, I can play relatively well, I have some good understanding, but my micro could do some work. There's still some factions I can learn about as well. There's still lots for me to learn always. But for me, the faction tier list is not super important for myself because... to have those benefits at the very, very top, like for example, I could play one of my best factions, Dowie, and I could do well up against somebody else's faction that they're not so good with. So they could bring High Elves, which is considered a good counter. However, if they don't play the right way with the High Elves, it doesn't matter because I know the Dowie better than they do the High Elves, for example. So I can still outplay them, if that makes sense to you guys. But if you know how to counterplay quite well and you're a very high level player and you understand the matchup in big detail, that's where like the big tier lists come in. So, but it's always good to know what's considered strong, what's considered not. One thing that makes the Greenskins so strong is their War mechanic. The wider you go, the more benefit you get from War. So when War is popped, you get plus 24 melee attack, plus 25% armor piercing weapon strength, and plus 25% base weapon damage. So the base weapon damage is the minimum damage that is done successfully when you hit. So if you roll the dice with your melee attack against their melee defense and you do hit, the armor and the minimum base weapon damage defines how much damage you'll actually do. So what you do, if you have a really cheap unit of goblins, not only do you increase their AP and you increase their base weapon damage, you also give them more melee attack, which means they have more chance of hitting. So the cheaper and wider you go, actually the much more valuable you make those cheap greenskins. And being they're cheap and they have various skirmishing units that are very cheap with poison, it just makes them really scary to play against. The best way to play is just play factions you enjoy. No, that's exactly it, Bear, and I really like that approach. And what you guys should really think about when it comes down to this game, if you are brand new, this is my advice. Find a faction that A, you're really good with, and B, you like a lot. So you might have a tier list. Let's say pick 3 factions that you like the most thematically or you like the most lore-wise, and then pick 3 that you think you're the best with. So for me, a good example is I was good with the Dowie, and I love the Dowie in general. Dowie are my faction. I'm a Dowie main, and that's what I like. So for me, it made sense that I just played Dowie. That's all I did, and I played Dowie against every single matchup, which means I knew what I could bring, what they were strong against, what they were weak against, and then I moved on to the next faction. But to help improve myself even more, is I played a faction that was completely the opposite. So I then went to Greenskins, which is a big rush faction. It's really rush, it's really hard to control. You're mostly going with like 18 to 20 units, and you have to learn the micro, learn the units, and make decisions off the spot. You know, you're very quickly being the aggressor. So it was a very different way of playing. And then I brought in another faction, which was the Empire, which was a bit of a mid-tier unit. They were good against everybody. They have some very bad matchups, but they also have some good ones as well. But they're the faction that is good against that is good at everything, but great at nothing. You know, they've got everything in their pocket, but nothing they've got is insane. All right, let's catch up with you guys, see what you're saying. What needs to happen for the war? So what would need to happen for the war is either you make it longer till you get a war, or you make some of the greenskin units a little bit more expensive. So that, because obviously the wider you are, the more the war affects the entire army. So if you have 20 units, you'll be having 20 units that get that benefit, making things like very cheap goblins actually very good at the front line. They're, like, if you have goblins with war, they'll comfortably outtrade like dwarf warriors, which are 50% more expensive, just because of the buffs. They'll actually do relatively well there, where they really shouldn't, because they don't have much AP. But the increased AP, melee attack, and base weapon damage makes them trade really effectively. They'll be able to punch up against units that are maybe 50%, if not 100% more expensive, anything up to 600 cost, which is what makes them a little bit broken. But that's why they're considered one of the strongest, but they're definitely beatable. They're definitely beatable. So your question is, Cypher, should you stick to a single faction then, or does it make sense to have a bit of a wider pool of factions despite being new? If you are new, my advice is play one faction initially. Just learn that faction inside out, learn it the best you can. Your favourite faction, just pick it, learn every single unit, and learn how they can be used in every single matchup. And then what I would do is then spread it to 3. Pick 3 that you really like. So you've got that one faction always in your pocket. You've always got it. And then you spread it to another 2. Pick 2 more that are maybe a little bit different, or maybe more ones that you enjoy, and then slowly progress. And do what I do, where I've built up to 6, maybe 7 different factions that I'm comfortable with now. Don't overload yourself with too much information. The game's very complicated, and there's lots to it as well. Like, for example, I'm trying to learn Bretonia now, and the charge mechanics and all those sorts of things are very, very complicated. But then that would be my advice. That would be my advice. That's the way I learned, and that's what helped me do quite well in the WWC. Or otherwise, you could do what Flex suggests. I would suggest 4 is maybe too many, but I would say 1 to 3 initially is a good way to start. Alright, so let's jump in here. We are going to have the TK, which is a very good pick here up against the Greenskins. We do have double skeleton horse archers here for the nice 140 range. They have a basic speed of 76. So 78 here coming in for the Poison Spider Riders at the slowest, I imagine is what we're going to see. Oh, we are going to see the Triple Chariot. This is a fantastic play coming in from Rubber Duck of War. Very expensive, but Setra the Imperishable here. We'll have Blessing of Batra, as well as the Wrath of Batra, Incantation of Protection, Incantation of the Cursed Blades, Crown of Nehekara, which is a constant there, and in a 55-meter radius. And we'll also have Unyielding Will, as well as the Restless Dead. So he here is going to be supported alongside the Necrotech. So the Necrotech is also very good, as he does come with Elixir of Might, which gives him nice bonuses, but more importantly this. So Vambraces of the Sun gives a -9 melee attack in a 40-meter radius, and a plus 22% fire weakness. So it means anything Setra, because Setra has fire attacks, right? So anything there that Setra hits, there's going to be a 22% weakness thanks to the Necrotech. And alongside him, we will have the Tomb Prince that comes in with this special ability, Guardian. So he's going to give both the Necrotech and Setra the Imperishable that 15% physical resistance. But he also comes in with Curse of Jaff, which means if he drops below 50% health, he can rampage things in a 40-meter radius and give them -24 melee attack. He also comes in with Toon Strike, which can give him Terror, and also have the Blade of Scepter, which can be popped on any single unit, giving them negative armor and negative physical resistance. So a triple threat here that is super dangerous. It is so dangerous. And we have the Kepler Guard, which are incredible infantry, massive damage dealers here, with actually having regeneration, anti-infantry, and bonus infantry. With the bonus of large, anti-large, and armor-piercing Tomb Guard here, which are the nice elite front line here. Some skeleton warriors dotted all along the front, as well as some skeleton spearmen. In here, for the greenskins though, for our Caradoc, we do have some Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers for the 78 speed and poison missiles. And looks like we do have some triple bronze Forest Goblin Spider Riders here in the back. Giving them Sheriff Hunters there just to give them extra leadership so they can hold just that little bit longer. For the hero today, we do actually have the Night Goblin Shaman, which comes in with the Wand of Jet, giving that increase to power reserves, but it does require a longer regeneration rate there for all of his spells. He'll have Vindictive Glare, as well as Sneaky Stabbings, and also he'll be able to stalk there so he can't be seen. We have the wonderful giant river troll here with her massive meat sack. She will have Spirit Leech, as well as Mither for the nice slow, overwhelming odor for the negative melee attack, and regeneration. We do have some Savage Orc Biggins, which are excellent here at dealing up against all big entities that come from the Tomb Kings. So quite a few of these Savage Orc Biggins here. These guys have no armor, but I think they have 30% physical resistance. No, 25%. Goblins are nice and cheap along the front line, getting that War. Some Night Goblins in there as well, so no Fanatics, just normal Night Goblins with that poison. The Morky Mangy Marauders, Morgrubs, sorry, which have armor-piercing missile strength. Some more poison from the Death Creepers, so the ROR here as well, which do actually have regeneration and stalk, so these guys are exceptionally scary with their poison and increased stats. Forest Goblin Spider Riders, archers here on the flanks with some more Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Where is the lore choice here today? There we go. So we do have Snarsnik. I really like Snarsnik in this matchup. I think he's super good and he's really underrated. Who does come with his poison melee attacks, bonus large, anti-large, armor piercing, a fermented fungi, which gives a negative 24 melee defense, plus rampage, which is incredibly good. Also Spite of the Bad Moon, which is a miniature war, which also includes bonus versus large instead of increased melee attacks for a 40-meter radius, and Get Back Ear. So some really good stuff here, but we are going to be seeing the ROR the 8-peak loonies. I think the 8-peak loonies are exceptional in this matchup, but well, we do have the Rusty Arrows. The Rusty Arrows are very good. These guys do have stalk, poison melee attacks, but more importantly, armor sundering missile strength, which means anything they shoot and hit for 10 seconds, and continuing the more they keep hitting them, they will have negative 30 armor. So really good stuff here coming in from both sides. It should be very interesting. We do actually have another unit over here of more Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers. Just double checking here, so there's one unit over there. That's Spider Rider, so that's one archer there. So we do have some, yeah, so 2, 3, okay, I think it's just 3 units, that's fine. You can have 5 units of Spider Rider archers, I believe. Some really good stuff. Let's throw it in a joy. And let's go. There's going to be lots of poison here coming. So normally you like to see some large entities here coming in from the Tomb Kings. And that's what makes Snarsnik really good. The one thing they are missing out is a Black Orc Big Boss. He normally comes in with Rabble Rouse, which gives the immune to psychology. But as you can see here, Vindictive Flare going down the front. Big hits here in the front up against Citra. Not too much damage though. He will be getting that healing back there as we do go through the stages. As you can see here, they will be getting regeneration for all of the units in the armies as they do go through the stages. And when you hit stage 3, you do get a unit of Ushapti, which you can summon anywhere on the map at any time. As we see Spirit Leech going down on top of Cetra as well. Vindictive Glare on top of Spirit Leech will really be punishing Cetra here. He does need to keep Cetra alive. He's going to be the main punch of the army. I believe these 3 combined make up about a quarter, if not even close to a third of the army. So this is where you need to see the punch come from. So it looks like we do have, is that 3 units of Skeleton Archers? Yeah, so 3 units of Skeleton Archers would be very good at countering here up against the Poison Riders. They don't really want to be shooting the Death Creepers, they want to be shooting the Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers, but these guys have a massive 45 armor. As you can see, the Skeleton Horse Archers here only have 20. And the thing that makes these guys so good with the Spider Rider Archers is they only cost 450 for 45 armor, poison, and poison melee attacks. So even if they go into melee attack, they're still very good. But in the front line here, we do actually have some skeletons. Oh, downhill charge here coming from the Greenskins. That's really unfortunate, getting that added charge bonus. They're going to be getting shot here by the Rusty Arrows, just lowering here the armor of Cetra the Imperishable down to 80 from 110. But as we can see, we do have some Tomb Guard going through. The units of Skeleton Warriors here are getting absolutely decimated. But we do need to get through to the back, get these three straight onto the River Troll Hag. Being she has regeneration, she will have a weakness to fire. So the fire here coming in from Setch will be very good. But Setch is so weak already. Fanatics in the front line here. Oh, we do have the Night Goblins. So the Night Goblins here will actually be the AP Loonies. I didn't see them, but they have 3 of the Fanatics that can go there. They're exceptionally good. And as you see, destroying the Kepler Guard. Here you go. You saw them explode there. They take those nice little mushrooms and they fly around until they die. Good strike here. So it looks like the Blade of Scepter going down here up against the giant River Troll Hag. Get rid of him and get rid of... Oh, the problem is Snarsnik is so close. Snarsnik... Oh, Fermented Fungi going down. Really good play. That's going to rampage Cetra and force him to attack up against Snarsnik, who has the bonus for large, anti-large, and armor piercing. We are going to see the Tomb Prince with that 15% physical resistance is going to leave the pocket, but it's very good here as he is going to be chasing up against the giant River Troll Hag. He is going to come back. I don't know how I feel about that. He does need to support Cetra, but he also needs to push off the Winds of Magic. As you can see, despite the bad moon went down for the bonus first large there with all the AP and base weapon damage, but we do have the Night Goblin Shaman in here. You don't want to be losing him. Vindictive Glare is far too good here. He also has the Jet Wand. He's getting absolutely crushed here. He needs to be very careful. He's about to lose his Winds of Magic. And Balance and Power is actually pushing into the greenskin favour relatively heavily here in the early stages of the game. But as you can see, that will be mostly down to Cetra the Imperishable. As you can see, the Savage Orc Biggins will be in here, which actually have bonus for large, anti-large, and has some really good melee stats. The explosion here going off the Blade of Petra, meaning they give the negative to melee attack and melee defense, and Mither going down here on top of Cetra. He will be getting shot thanks to the Poison Spider Riders, really slowing him down, and negative stats to him there. As you can see, going through with the War as well, which gives the 24 melee attack, 25% base weapon damage, and 25% piercing. Going to make these Savage Orcs absolutely exceptional at dealing with these 3 large entities. In the front though, you can see the River Troll Hag, it will be healing. So this is the big problem. If you didn't deal and push her off there, she will heal for the rest of the game, but the white line is miles away. As you can see, losing pretty much everywhere else on the battlefield. We will be losing the Kepler Guard as well. That's a big loss. Army loss is really coming into effect here for the Tomb Kings. I really like this play. I just don't know if it's good enough to deal with this massive force. Skarsnik here is a fantastic counter pick up against this triple threat entity. As you can see, Cetra is going to be getting trapped on his own there. We do have all sorts of Night Goblins. Oh, Fermented Fungi, brilliant work here going down on the Necrotect. Some really good stuff, falling into Rampage, into Poison Spiders. You are going to have Night Goblins nice and close to that poison. All sorts of good entities here to deal with the Necrotect. If you are going to go for one, you do go for the Necrotect, as if you do deal with the Necrotect, you are going to lose that Vambraces for the plus fire damage. And there we go, brilliant stuff going down from Caradoc here with the Greenskins. Really good stuff there coming in from Caradoc. We'll jump into the comments in a moment. But as you can see, 189 damage value for Snarsnik. That's not really going to reflect exactly what he did in this battle. Those Fermented Fungi plus Spider the Bad Moon are incredible. But as you can see, 380 damage value for the Night Goblin with those really nice Vindictive Glares. 1.1 here for the River Troll Hag for those really nice attacks in the front line with its nice AP, as well as the really good Spirit Leeches. 130, 270 damage value, 600, 980, showing just how good these Fanatics are. Fanatics costing 500, nearly doubling their value. 630 for the 500 cost here as well. 98 kills here from these Night Goblins, showing just how powerful they truly are. 200 damage value for 62 kills for the Savage Orcs, 730 for the second unit, and 1.5k for the Savage Orc Biggins, showing just how good War as well as also Spite at the Bad Moon is. We also have 590 damage value for these sorts of Biggins, and 125 kills, 1,400 damage value, and this is my best value for money here for the Greenskins. I think the 8 units are absolutely exceptional, and if you do manage to get off all 3 units of Fanatics, there's absolutely no way they don't pay for themselves. I promise you that is a logic guarantee. They will pay for themselves. The Rusty Arrows, 600 damage value. This is my second best unit in the faction. They're incredibly good, and you could almost justify having both of these in almost every single build. As you can see here, 388 damage value for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, 585 here from the second unit, and the Arrows, 125, 230, 300 damage value for the Death Creepers. Look how healthy these guys are. 668 for the Morky Mangy Marauders. Very good cheap AP here for only 600 cost. And the regenerating Death Creepers are also insane, but just normal Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers are very good. Really good stuff. Sector here coming in with 2,068 damage value, 680 on the Necrotect, and 500 damage for the Tomb Prince. Front line got absolutely crumped here, and even here with the King's Scorpion's Legion, Nikesh's here did only get 170 damage value. That's the worst I've seen them do out of the last 4 battles I've seen them in. They are exceptional with their poison. 300 damage value for the Tomb Guard Halberds, 259 as well. These Tomb Guard really struggled. And 570 damage value for the ROR Kepra Guard. The frontline really struggled, and the Horsemen, they did get some good value, but not anywhere near what you would hope. Maybe a few more of these to deal with the Spider Riders might be quite nice, but obviously they're not going to trade very effectively against the Goblin Forest Spider Rider Archers. But interesting game nonetheless. So we'll hop in here to game 2, which will be Troll Country. Patience, patience, boys. Patience, patience. We will be there. Alrighty. So going on to Troll Country. So Troll Country it is. Will be the next one. This is a nice small map here. You see that nice cross. It's a really good map here for multiplayer in general. Alright, let's jump in here with you guys. That early Vindictive Glare was... It was an early Vindictive Glare, but here's the thing. You want to get out as much Winds of Magic as you possibly can. And getting that good damage there, which is pretty much free damage value off the rip because it's uncontested. It is risky. It is risky. But... I don't mind it. It got some good damage value, but it was risky. Zypher, is Vindictive Glare just a GS version of the Fire? Well, yes it is. Yes, it is. Vindictive Glare is really powerful. What you can do, and this is a common strat used here in multiplayer, is you can use Vindictive Glare, and then you can also partner that up with his mushrooms. Now, the mushrooms you can do here for the little Night Goblin Shaman, is it gives you a 30-second reduction on all of your abilities. Now, being that Vindictive Glare takes 30 seconds to regen before you can use it again, what you do is you use Vindictive Glare, you take your mushrooms, and then you can use it straight away again, assuming you got the Winter Magic. Which means you can basically get 2 big Vindictive Glares off, which do lots of damage if all of them hit, and then you can do some very good damage value. Hi, Dr. Jellyfish, how are you doing, bro? Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, obviously the bigger the hero or the monster or the single entity, the more damage you're going to do is you can hit more of them because you're more likely to hit, if that makes sense. But it can be very good up against infantry as well. You know, if you can punt through an infantry, maybe hit it on the side. If you manage to go down the flank there of the unit, you can do some really good damage, really good stuff. It's not looking good for Ducky. Well, that first game is really tough. I would have played a little bit different. I think the double Tomb Scorpion there is exceptional up against the Greenskins. You can otherwise bring the ROR, I always forget what it's called, the Necrosphinx. You can bring the Necrosphinx, the ROR, the one that has fire damage. It's very good at dealing with Grom. It's very good here at dealing with the River Troll Hag with its fire damage. It just slaps things around. It's really good. And then if you bring a Necrotech alongside it, you can just use the Necrotech to heal it, pretty much. It has its jars that it can heal. It gives up to 1,024 HP, 1,048, something like that. A lot, basically, a lot. Or you can bring the double Necrotech and then have the double heal, and then put them both on chariots and use them there to get around the flanks and take care of archer fire, for example. So it looks like here, obviously, Ducky will be going with Lizzieman, banning Skaven and Empire. So good bans here. Looks like it is going to be Northra coming in for Caradoc. That's a normal pick there, right? It's quite a good one. But Skaven is a good ban, and so is Empire. Dowie, for newer players, is a pretty good matchup there if you are Caradoc. But for more experienced players like Rubber Duck of War, it's actually a bit of a bad matchup. Yes, that's really good, Dr. Jellyfish. Necrosphinx, then you've also got to be careful because you can't have too many single entities, but double Tomb Scorpion is really good. Its attack animations are really difficult for the Greenskins to deal with, and what they have to do is they have to focus a blob on dealing with those Tomb Scorpions. And if it's a little bit of a less experienced player, then dealing with Tomb Scorpions is very difficult. Double Tomb Scorpions are also pretty cheap, and they also have Terror, and the ROR Sphinx is also very good for its fire damage. is Caradoc. Caradoc is a very good player. Yeah, Caradoc has come since he first started in BattleMania here in week 1. He really rose through the ranks and he's playing very well at the moment. I'm really happy to see him playing very well. And so is Dr. Jellyfish here. He's come through as well, and he managed to get through to the last Invitational, and he did very well for himself. Probably he beat some pretty good players. Yeah, so beating Eric Rao is a phenomenal player. He got through to Rubber Duck Awards Death Before Dishonor final, which means you have to be a very good player to get there for sure. And he beat Void, who's actually here in one of our semi-finals. So these guys are all very good and are at the top of their game right now. I saw Eric Rao on the W2. Yeah, he's very good. Is there a way to bait out the War? There is a way to bait out the War. What you can do with the War is you can have a bit of a cavalry push. You push your front line as if you're going to attack them, and then what you can do is you can bait out the War from the greenskin player, thinking that the entire front line is going to engage, and then what you can do is you can charge all your cavalry through, countercharge and push them back, and then fall back whilst kiting with, say, archers, so you're still engaging in melee, and then force that War. You force the greenskins to push up to you. So as long as you're constantly engaging, you can sort of force that engagement and then drop seconds off that war. That is a way of doing it, and I've seen it done before. It takes a lot of micro and a lot of practice. That's no problem, Dr. Jellyfish. You played very well in some of the other tournaments here. I think you should be getting through here. Let's see where you got. Let's see where you finished today. So you finished here. You lost to Rubber Duck Award here on round 2. So round 2 means you will be top 32. So that should be at least 50 points for you. So you still should be able to get some good points there into the battle. Looks like Caradoc is ready. Let's hop here into the Discord. For anybody that wants to see any of this stuff to do with BattleMania, hop into my Discord. It is in the description down below. Anybody is free to join. What you can do is then go into the BattleMania tab, and if you scroll up, you should be able to find all of the details to do with the points. I post them on here very regularly. But as you can see here, if we go from the top, so as of last week, the top player was Void Lols with 400 points in first position. Lunacy in second with 375. Joint second was Dr. Jellyfish with 375. Mixer with 325 in fourth, Talcor in fifth with 300, a Rubber Duck War in joint sixth with 250, sharing that with Biblington, Caradoc and Sherfarazm. Now you may ask, what does anything matter if I come first or if I come 8th? Yes, there is a big bonus to becoming first. If you get first, what happens is you play up against 8th. And what that would mean is hopefully you have a bit more of a favourable battle for yourself going through in the BattleMania. It gives you a bit of an advantage coming first rather than coming 8th, for example. Yeah, Bear, if you ever want to test out that green skin idea, we can always play some games together. Just send me a message. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a small map here, which does favour the dinos here a little bit as well. But as we can see, we do have some skin cohorts with javelins in the front line, so it's like a double of those. Do we have any more here today? So it's like we have 4 units of skin cohorts with javelins, very good with the counter skirmishing. We do have just like 3 units of Saurus Warriors here with shields. These guys are very, oh, looks like 5 units of Saurus Warriors with shields. Is that 4? No, 3. So 3 units of Saurus Warriors with shields. These guys are very tanky infantry for sure. We do have, the Star Chamber Guardian here at the front with Nukai the Wanderer, the man, the meme, the legend. The guy that makes it in every single one of my BattleMania pictures. Always look out for him. The great thing about the Star Chamber Guardians, these big, bad, thick boys with the ROR, 85 armor, 95 leadership, and they have Guardian. So they have plus 15% physical resistance, which will be going on the Kai, and they have expert charge defense, so you can't push them over. They have lots of armor piercing, bonus with large, anti-large, lots of weapon strength, and good melee defense. These are very tanky boys here, and they will be getting buffed here by the big bad Nakai. So if he does come in here with Primal Roar, it does cause them to rampage, but it will be giving them plus 40 melee attack and plus 22% damage resistance. And that does go on the Kai as well, so these guys will be getting a massive 79 melee attack. Over here in the sky, we do have 3 units of Pterodon Riders. Do you have any ROR? So no Fox Sentinels here today, but these guys are exceptional with the rock drops, and they are very good with their poison attacking missiles. Very fast as well with the 90 speed, allowing them to be good and whip around the flanks and doing some good damage value. We do have a Skink Chief in the sky, which is going to be very good. He has a massive 82 ammunition with that really good poison and very strong missile strength. He does cause fear there on top of his Pterodon. So it should be very good at doing some good work here. We did see a Skink Priest of Beasts, I think. Yeah, so Beast coming in the back here. He will be having Transportation of Gadon for that very nice Manticore summon. Nice cheap Terror here today. As well as Flock of Doom for that Area of Effect damage. So very good stuff here. And also the double Skinks. These guys do have 40 missile resistance. 40%, so very good there. They do have Stalk, Fire whilst moving. And yeah, very good with that Poison and Kiting. For the front line, really nice and wide here. We do have Marauders here. Do we have... Oh, and some Marauder Champions. So Marauders mixing in with Marauder Champions, which are nice and elite there with the 80 armor. Normal ones only have about 15. We only have 3 Marauder Champions here in the front line. Yeah, so normal Marauders here with the Silver Shield, but they do have a nice 15 armor. Do we have any Berserkers? No Berserkers, those are just Marauders. And the nice thing about Marauders is they all base minimum is Rage, so they begin those stages as they do go through the battle. Marauder Champions, do they have Berserk? No, they just have Rage. But we do have 3 units of very nice Mortar Hunter Javelins here in the back. These guys are very good at dealing with dinosaurs, with the bonus versus large and anti-large. And they're pretty decent melee combatants as well, but lots of good armor-piercing damage, bonus versus large, anti-large missiles. We do have a Sorcerer of Metal here, which will probably be coming with Plague of Rust. Yes, Plague of Rust for the negative armor there up against the big dinos. Final Transmutation, which will be very good here at dealing with Nakai the Wanderer. On the big, terrifying mammoth, we do have Wolfric the Wanderer, who has Hunters of Champions for the negative speed, negative armor, and negative melee defense. We also have Seafang here, which does give Frostbite, so negative speed, but it's a nice free spell that you can use just down a unit here, and it does lots and lots of damage. Beast of Tashnar in the back for the bonus of large, anti-large, nice big 95 speed, very good here at dealing with all sorts of cavalry, and also lots of backline range. We also have the Norscan Ice Walls, which do also come with Frostbite for that negative speed, so if they do hop onto something, it's going to be pretty terrifying for them. So we have another unit on the left, so 3 units of walls so far. We have another one on the right as well. 4 units of walls is going to be very good at dealing with this skirmish cavalry. As you can see, Nakai is going to be sitting on this blob. He does not want to leave the blob at all. And we are going to be seeing if we use the Skink Chief. What would be really good from the Skink Chief is if he can afford to kite away from the Marauder Javelins and is able to shoot up against the Shaman all day long. This annoying little sneaky pest can do some very good damage here and hopefully remove the Sorcerer, removing that magic, hopefully, for the entirety of the game. He's quite fast though. He will be having the 78 speed here on top of his steed. And also Plague of Rust and Final Transmutation can be very good either on top of the Skink Chief, or can do some good damage up against Nakai the Wanderer. Some Javelins going through to the front line. No, not Javelins, sorry. We are going to see some community Skinks still. Those Javelins are going to be waiting. But Nakai is going to go forward. What's Nakai trying to bait here? I think Nakai is trying to bait out some Marauder Hunter Javelins. But no healing here on the Lizardman side. Let's see no Apotheosis or no Life Slam. So any damage done here is going to be permanent, and any damage is going to be done on the Norscans, as they don't have any healing either. That rage mechanic will really play a big part into this battle, as the longer in combat the Marauder Champions and also the Marauders are, the better they get in their stats. They get plus melee attack, plus physical resistance, and plus leadership. As you can see here, we are going to have the thick swords here, going to be smashing straight into the front line up against Marauder Champions. And look at this nice big sea fang coming down here. Look at that beautiful boat coming through, doing some good damage here up against these sorcerers. I believe it does better to lowly armoured foe. And 60 armor with a nice shield coming for the Swords Warriors. Swords Warriors do have 31 melee attack and 36 melee defense with the ginormous 52 weapon strength. The only issue is the melee attack is a bit low, but the weapon strength is ginormous. If they do hit, they hit a truck. But really good stuff. Wolfric is just going to be pushing straight through the back, but as we can see, a summon of Feral Manticore here. What I want to see this Feral Manticore doing, what Duffy does very well, I want to see it go straight after the Shaman Sorcerer. I wanted to get rid of that Winter Magic, take him down nice and quickly, and terrify him off the field. As you can see, he comes with that terror, and some nice... Oh, looks like he is going to be going after Wolfric the Wanderer. It's a bit of a different approach here. Wolfric is scary if you are Nakai the Wanderer. But we are going to have the Star Chamber Guardians here fighting up against Nakai. If we do manage to get... Hundreds of Champions is on Nakai, that's why he's not coming in. But if he does come in and he's able to use Primal Roar alongside the Star Chamber Guardians, they'll absolutely destroy Wolfric the Wanderer. Fun Transmutation here going down in the pocket. We're doing some very good work. Is that overcasting? Yes, so it's overcasting for an extended duration. That's obviously a risk here to the caster, causing lots of damage. Looks like they are going to be trying to kite out and shoot the Shaman Sorcerer. Good work there. Really good stuff. And looks like the kite's going to come through with a big swing, but the counter charge will be coming with Wolfric the Wanderer. Smashing straight to the side up against... Oh my god, a bit janky, but he is going to be getting in there up against Nakai. Big stuff going here. Let's get down here and have a nice big thematic view. And see, Nakai is going to be dropping. He wants nothing to do with Wolfric. Wolfric on this terrifying mammoth. big stuff going down here. Balance of power relatively even, slightly pulling here into the Lizardman's favour, I believe. Doing some pretty good work in the back. It looks like we do have a broken Shaman Sorcerer. We can get pushed off here by the Pterodon Riders with a nice 90 speed. We don't have a broken unit of Pterodon Riders. You don't like to see that. Primal Roar going down, which given the plus 40 melee attack, 22% physical resistance. But to help from here, really punish Warfric the Wanderer. Miasma of Despair going down for the negative speed, negative leadership, and negative vigor. Vigor really important here in these matchups, as it is going to allow them to fight at a better capacity. We do have the Immortal Hunters in the back, which are going to get, if you lose, I think he's managed to lose all three here. No, he does have one left in the pocket, but it is going to be getting fought up against the Pterodon Riders. As you see, Javelins here are an absolute staple for the Norscans. We do have the Ice Walls all over the place, so these Ice Walls will be a ginormous bane. But what's the speed here from the guy? I think it's 50 up against... It must be a little bit faster than 50 for Warfric when he's not poisoned. But he's going to get getting shot. He is going to be wavering. If we do break him in the car, with Warfric the Wanderer, he will be going off. He really cannot. He has no support and no way of getting off. Oh, that leadership is so low. Damage dealt is negative 53 there. He does have Inspired by Troops rallying, so that might support him there. But to save here against the Skink Priest, we do have Nakai coming in. Hunter Champions on him, Cold-Blooded going down to give him the extra leadership. They are going to be trying to get out of this mess. We do have the Star Chamber Guardians fighting for their absolute lives here in this pocket. Can they win is the question. I really don't know. I think the Norscans, I mean this must be a Norscan side then, because I don't know there's enough left here from the Lizardmen to win this. So we have lost Warfric the Wanderer. Warfric does need to get chased off, but he has Rampage, which is really unfortunate. If he can Rampage here into the Marauder Hunter Javelins, that would be exceptional. Looks like he is going to go down, so it looks like that summon is going to be gone. But we are going to have Nakai fighting alongside the Soros Warriors here. That's a bit of damage in the middle, but we do have a broken unit of Star Chamber Guardians. Really sad to see these elite boys going down. But over here, as you can see, here is the line. We are about to be losing Warfric. And what does that mean? That means a negative 16. Oh, he's died. Brilliant work there. That's a negative 16 and an insta-shatter here from everybody that is the Norscans. So really good play from Rubber Duck of War coming in with his main faction. If your Lord does rout or die, that's a map-wide negative 16 leadership there to every single unit. Therefore, not losing your Lord is really important. Oh nice, sounds like that's a good idea. Got to test it sometime. Yes, GG's indeed. Brilliant game there. I forgot that Rubber Duck of War came in first. Obviously, he's on that yellow side. I thought Caradoc was in first there for some reason. But there was so much mass infantry there of Marauder Champions in the middle. And that is the problem with Warfric. He's a little bit slow on his Mammoth, and he's a massive hitbox. Having him on his horse sometimes, giving that more mobility, can be a little bit more beneficial. The 50-something speed up against 78 actually makes a huge difference. That's kind of why I prefer Windwolves without armor than with armor, because Windwolves with armor makes them a lot slower. And what you want is you really want that mobility. And that's the really nice thing about the Norscan Ice Walls here. They give you that really nice mobility. As you can see, 573 damage value, 575 and 130 kills, so 705. Hundreds of kills by these guys. Beast of Tashnar, 600 damage value as well. Really good stuff going around here. But these Norscan boys are very expensive. What's up, Goa Slayer? Really nice dude. If you guys don't know him, go check him out as well on YouTube. He's a really, really cool guy. 400 damage value for the Marauder Hunter Javelins, 250 damage value for these Marauder Hunters, 1,100 damage value for these Marauder Hunter Javelins. Really good work, showing how good these guys really are. I think they cost about 550, so over doubling their value there, and 380 for these. 720, 730, and 495 for these Marauder Champions. Really good work for them. I think they're about 1,000 each. And the Marauders here are costing about 400 and coming in just a little bit under the belt, but still 1.1k here for the Shaman Sorcerer and only 705 damage value for Warfric the Wanderer. Bit of a shame there, he's tremendously expensive on top of his Mammoth. But as you can see, Nakai coming in with 773. He's very expensive at 2.2k as well. 230 damage value for the Skink Priest, and those double Manticore summons are absolutely no joke. Always getting their value there. If you guys are new and you do happen to be playing things like Empire, do try and bring in the beasts, because if you can bring in that nice Manticore summon, you can use it to get, or at least stop a unit that you don't know how to deal with. You can just go, I'll summon a free Manticore, just send it that way. That's a unit, I don't know what to do with it, I don't know how to deal with it, just send a Manticore at it. It has terror, it's very quick, it causes lots of AP damage, just send it that way. and just see what happens. So Skink Chief here, 800 damage value. He is 350 base. I'm not sure how much he costs on top of his Pterodon. I would guess he's about 750, something in that region, 700, 750, but still paying for himself, and he had lots of health left, and of course, lots of ammunition, of course. 380, 550 for the Saurus Warriors, 126 kills, 750 damage value. These thick boys really survived the entirety of the battle. 121 kills, 1,285 damage value for the Star Chamber Guardians. They are a must here with Nakai the Wanderer. These two together are actually a pretty powerful pair. 340, 660 and 400 damage value for the Skin Cohort Javelins, and 400 here. So good stuff from them. 800 and 700 for the 600 cost of the Chameleon Skinks. 400, 580 and 400 here. And Pterodons I think are a must as well in the Lizardman roster. So the map here today for the last one will be Southern Chaos Wastes. Should be down, oh, should be up just a little bit. So let's hop on Southern Chaos Wastes, really good stuff there. So what happens here now? So we are in a game 3. So what we do here is a Rubber Duck of War picks 3 factions. And then what happens is Caradoc picks a faction and bans one of the 3 factions that Rubber Duck of War gave him. So then he has a choice of 2 factions to pick against the faction that Caradoc wants. So let's say he picks High Elves, Wood Elves, and Dark Elves. And we go with Caradoc, and he picks High Elves. What he can do is he can go, okay, I'll ban Dark Elves. So then Rubber Duck of War has to pick, does he want Wood Elves or does he want High Elves to play up against High Elves? That's how that roughly works. Okay, so he's good with his Dowie, and he likes his Wood Elves, and he played a lot of Norsca here in the WWC. So the 3 very good factions that all have very good strengths and weaknesses and really cover for each other here. So some really good stuff. By the way, on the stream, if I'm going a little bit too fast sometimes, or there's some things you'd like me to slow down and explain a little bit more, just let me know. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask at any moment. I will do my best to answer as many of these questions as I possibly can. So he's going to... Okay, it looks like he's banning Skaven and Empire. I don't think he can ban 2. I don't think. He bans 1. Yeah, I think you can only ban 1. Yes, you can only ban 1. Alright, so it looks like we are going to be banning Skaven. So we don't have Empire. So he was going to ban Skaven and Empire. Empire are pretty good up against Norsca, and they can do some good work up against Wood Elves as well, but you don't want to have Empire against Dowie. Dowie against Empire is a good win there for the Dowie at pretty much any level. Hey Krell, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. And Skaven here are pretty good at dealing with all 3. Skaven are exceptional at dealing with the Dowie. They're okay up against Wood Elves for sure. Yeah, they're pretty good up against Norsca. Norska are I kind of favour that in the Norscan favour. Actually, they can go a little bit wider and do some good work. So I don't think. Yeah, I think Skaven's a good band still. I still think Skaven's a good band. Skaven is still super strong. Alec Rao is a very good player. Don't get that wrong, for sure. Alec Rao's a good player. For sure. Good to hear you well, man. Good to hear you well. So now what it is Caradoc has to pick a faction and ban one of his three. Anyone who beats Alec Rao is decent, so... Yeah, man. Caradoc actually beat Alec Rao today. Caradoc beat Alec Rao in the second round. Yeah, and then he went on to beat a just as big opponent with Tank. Did some really good work there up against Tank, but Caradoc and Tank play for VM, so they know each other quite well. So I assume Caradoc here is thinking, what can you do here? So Dario, very good counter-picking faction. So he's already played Norska, and he already played Greenskins. So two big factions out of the way. So, as you can see here, we have Dowie, Wood Elves, and Norska. So what we're going to do here is we've got to think, how can we get this into Caradoc's advantage? He wants to ban one. So something you could do, for example, High Elves are pretty good up against Wood Elves, but they're not a particularly strong faction overall, but High Elves are also good against Dowie. So what you could do is go High Elves and then ban Norska. And then it forces Ducky to either go Dowie or Wood Elves into High Elves, and you're almost indefinitely going to play Wood Elves into High Elves. Anyone? How was your prior engagement? You behave, Crow. You behave. You behave. You clearly already know me too well. So yeah, I think High Elves would be a nice pick here, but it obviously all depends on how good Caradoc is here with the High Elves. But that's something I would think about. But High Elves up against Wood Elves is no easy matchup either. It's a bit of mind games there. Ooh. Okay, that's not what I would have done, because I think the High Elf first. I think that favours the High Elves, I think. But that's interesting. You could bring I think Norska could do very well there up against High Elves. I think it's pretty even. It's pretty even. At least in my experience, it's pretty even. Somebody else might tell me well. But I don't think there's any world here that Road War picks Dowie. I think if he is going to play competitive, he will go Norska. I think that is the best way to play this. I think if you're Norska, there's lots you can do. You're definitely going to be going Wolfric. You're going to be having your bonus first large, javelins, skirmish cavalry, probably some wind wolves as well, for sure. Yes. High Elves is a big, popular, it's very popular here on my channel. Everybody loves a bit of High Elves. To be fair, High Elves are really cool, although they are probably towards the lower end of the competitive bracket. If you had mid, they're definitely below the midpoint. I think Dark Elves struggle, High Elves struggle, Beastmen struggle. There are some nice things you can do with High Elves. They have a very broad range of what you can bring, but they are very expensive. Yeah, so I think this is the only way you can do it competitively. Dowie just isn't competitive here up against High Elves, especially of someone of Caradoc's level. Robert War knows, even with the memes, you're going to struggle. If you just bring a couple of chariots, it can be very, very difficult. I think North is a good pick. You're going to be seeing some Marauder front lines, which Marauders will be good at dealing with Spearmen and even really good at dealing with Rangers, to be honest. Rangers will win, but if you got maybe... you can't really bring Berserkers as the problem, because Berserkers don't have bronze shields and they've only got 15 armor, so they really struggle. But at least with Marauders, you have those silver shields, which give, if you are facing the correct way, do give that negative 35% range resistance. That isn't missile resistance overall, that's only missile resistance in the way that your shields are. So that's something to take into consideration. So if your backs are turned, you'll be getting the full blast there of that volley of range. So she was... Oh, behave, Crow. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be seeing like some Marauder front lines, maybe coming with some nice Windwolves and some bonus first large Javelins. Maybe you might be seeing, you know, some Manticore summons. I think they have Manticore summons. Maybe Manticore summons, but also like you could see a Metal Mage come in, also with a very nice Searing Doom. Very good with the Armor Sundering as well. You can also overcast Armor Sundering to give that negative 60 armor. So it can be very good at dealing with like Dragon Princes and all those sorts of great things. You know, you could partner that up there with some Javelins where you drop 60 armor on some Dragon Princes and you just kite them there with the Javelins, and whew, you get some damage value for yourself for sure. You'll absolutely carve through them. So the winners here will be going... So every single person here in the semi-final will be getting at least 100 points. And if they do, whoever wins here will be going through to the final with a minimum of 200, I believe. Yes, 200. No. Oh, let me check that, actually. Let me double check. Oh, no, sorry. So top 4 is 150 points. That's my bad. And then if you win this, you'll get a minimum of 200 and 250 if you win. So every single win here from these guys getting them an extra 50 points, which could really help in that ladder system, who's going to be where. I think here the winner of these 4 will be going top of the ladder. So it should hopefully give them a really nice advantage in playing. We're very interested to see what both sides are going. So I'm not too sure what you bring for the High Elves. I'm not particularly a big High Elf player, but you could definitely see some Spearmen as well. So there's some good stuff there. Maybe a few units of Spearmen to protect the flanks, some Rangers on the front line for sure for the bonuses infantry, anti-infantry. They're pretty good, cheap, and very good at dealing with Marauders, etc. You could definitely see some Dragon Princes. They're very good at clearing out. You could see the ROR Dragon Princes. They're very good at dealing with regen, and if you do go with some Windwolves, that extra fire damage can be really nice. They have fire melee attacks, so the ROR could be very good. Hey Void, how you doing, man? Congratulations on making the semi-final. So Void Lols, I can actually officially say this now. Congratulations, you have made it to the BattleMania Season 2 Invitational. And for those that don't know, Void Lols was actually the winner of our last tournament. So he came through with the big grand prize of Season 1. It should be very exciting to see him here in the final. Are you going to do it a second time, Void? That's the question. You are top of our ladder so far, and I think if you come second here, you should still be top. I think the only way is if you lose the next one, you could possibly lose your top spot. But if you win the next one, I'm pretty sure you secure it. So you'll be going through at top of the list again, because I think you came through at top of the list last time. And you beat some big opponents. I believe you beat... Did you beat Even Star in the final? Was it even? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't even. No, was it? Was it Even Star? I can't remember. Let me have a look. Even Star will be the one that also won the WWC, by the way. Let's have a little look. No, you beat Bob Tresh in the final. Oh, you did beat Even Star 3-2. You beat Even Star to get to the final, where Bob Tresh also got to the final. Oh, Bob Tresh came through in the top spot. Of course he did. Of course he did. So you beat Dr. Jellyfish, Even Star, to get through to the final to beat Bob Tresh 3-0. Bob Tresh beat Sir Pharasm and beat Lunacy with Tank and Talcor as well in the mixture. So those guys are some really, really good players. Right, so Caradoc is ready. We'll be going through to the next stage here. Perfect. So let's hop on. And we're going to be playing on Southern Chaos Wastes, which is quite a nice map. It's pretty open in general, but as you will see here, it's got some good terrain as well, so it really makes a big effect here on artillery pieces. So you can see some artillery here coming in from the high elves. You could definitely see an Eagle Bolt for it for sure. Is it advised though here? It can be advised as it does have a nice bonus as large shot, and if there is no large, you do have a nice infantry shot, which is a nice spread shot at dealing with damage. Ooh, okay, this is a big risk reward here from Ducky, I believe. Let's go in with the high elves first and see what they've got, but we do of course have some rangers in the front line. Rangers, very good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of rangers. Very good here for the bonusless infantry, anti-infantry. Oh, they have physical resistance as well. So 20% physical resistance as well as the 30 armor. In the front line here, we do have some Sisters of Avalon here with the very good armor-piercing missile strength, fire damage, and magic damage. These ladies have 180 range, but no stalk here for them. And do you see here the Talons of the Torque Cloud, which do have, these are the ROR light armored archers. We do have fire damage. So this is a really interesting build. So it looks like we have 2 Sisters of Avalon that have fire damage, and we also have 2 units of Sisters of Avalon. So I can imagine here, do we have Teclis today? No, we have Imric. Okay, so who's the hero? Who's the magic? So the fire damage, I assume, is to deal with Windwolves, but we do have some Lion Chariots. These guys are exceptional, with the bonus infantry, anti-infantry, armor piercing, and the nice Lion Pelt, which I think is in 30% physical resistance. Range, no, it's 15% missile resistance. So it looks like we have the Lawmaster of Hoth in the front. He's a very good melee combatant, but also comes through with Winds of Magic. So he's a bit of a hybrid. He has Earthblood and Spirit Leech with Harmonic Convergence. So 3 very good spells there with the missile resistance, armor piercing, bonus for his infantry, anti-infantry, armor piercing. All the very good stuff. And he has lots of armor as well. So 90 armor on the Bronze Shield, making him very good and versatile. We do have the big bad Imric here, looking gorgeous on top of his... He looks very good on top of his steed here. Look at that. Look at that lance. He looks absolutely incredible. The steed is really good. But he does have Star Lance for that good, which actually gives flammable. So that might be what it is. If he does use Star Lance, given that inflammable, he might give it weak to fire damage, which could be good for the range as well. Lord of the Dragons, although he's not on top of the dragons, so I don't know if he can use that, but still that's exceptionally good. And of course, Martial Mastery, 45% fire resistance, and a nice there with the armor piercing, and a bonus for large, anti-large. We do have the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower in the back, which is going to be taken up against some Spearmen. Spearmen on each flank, so it looks like 3 units. So a really good build here. Be very interested to see how it can go. 3 units of Marauder Horsemen, I think, in the front line. Yeah, some very good stuff. No Horse Masters, though. But we do have some Marauders in the front line with the Beast of Tashnar for the bonus of slash and anti-large. Yeah, Marauders, dot all of those. With some Berserkers. Great. So we can look at the Berserkers here. Berserkers do have the Berserk mechanic, which is an upgrade from the Range mechanic. So Rage will become with Marauders and Berserk here for the Berserkers. We do have a Feral Manticore in the sky, nice cheap there for that Terror, and the double Wolfric, and also the second Mammoth, the War Mammoth War Shrine. So the War Shrine does come with some nice abilities. It comes with Giver of Glory and a nice, so you can give fire damage plus increased melee attack and leadership, as well as the Favour of the Ruinous Power, which gives plus 10 leadership in a 40-meter radius. We do have the Belfiend of Shadows here. Belfiend will be having Arcane Conduit, Scroll of Shielding, Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, From the Mist with a 22% missile resistance, and Smoke and Mirrors with evasion. We also have Wardrick here, who does have Hunters of Champions, Fight or Die for the plus melee attack and leadership, Seafang and Foeseeker. So both are going to be very good here at dealing with Wolfric and co. No healing here, because they don't have any healing here for the Norskins, so they need to get through and use these 3 big Terrorful monsters here to get into the middle and shut down everything. We are going to be seeing the chariots come through. Chariots will be very good at dealing with the Marauder Berserkers. If they're not micro correctly, it's a good micro there coming out of Caradoc. Very good stuff there. They will get absolutely trumped here up against the double War Mammoth. We do have the Beast of Tashnar though. The Beast of Tashnar could do some good damage, but look at those fire arrows coming through. Brilliant work there. They will carve through any infantry coming forward today. They'll be very good at dealing with the War Mammoths. They are exceptionally powerful. Also the talons here. Look, the fire arrows there are coming from the talons. They do have fire damage, and they actually give fire weakness. So this might be the idea. So they do give a fire weakness here of 22% to anything they hit, as well as also having 70% fire resistance. We are going to see the bad boys hitting the front line here with the nice big charge coming through. Big boys hitting there with their shields, and the longer these guys stay in combat, of course, they will be getting their mechanics. As we do go through, up to 90 seconds, they can get plus leadership, plus melee attack, and 11% physical resistance. There's some really good stuff in the front line if the Marauders can hold long enough. Still doing some good damage here up against the Rangers. We do have 35 melee attack, 29 melee defense, up against 30 and 36 melee defense, with the very good bonus to infantry and for infantry. But they will lose their stats if they do drop below half health. Really clearing out the Marauders in the front line here, and rather quickly. In the back though, we are about to see a very good spell coming here. Really nice pendulum going straight down the line of the Talons. Really good stuff there. So we do have the double War Mammoths in the pocket. These guys are exceptionally good here at pushing up. We do have Imric in as well. Fighter Die going down for the plus melee attack. But here with the Imric, the bonus for Sergeant Anti-Large Arm Piercing going to be exceptional. Star Lance going down. We do have Hunters of Champions, Harmonic Convergence. So much stuff going down here. It's incredible. Wolfric does need to get out though. Wolfric is getting absolutely dumpstered here. But as you can see, the Berserkers are doing okay up against the Rangers, but as you can see in the back here, we do have the Lion Chariots helping out. Beast of Tashnar will be coming through. We need to save those to chase off some certain units, but he does need to deal here with the Double Sisters and the Talons. As you can see, Wolfric getting absolutely destroyed here. He's struggling so hard, but we do have Spirit Leech going down on top of the War Mammoth War Shrine. War Mammoth War Shrine is just sitting there. He does need to get active and involved. He's going to be smashing and losing his own units and maybe smashing some of the Rangers. Although we do actually have the Marauder Horsemen here pushing up against the Rangers. Just to ignore the Rangers, you really need to get down and shut down in the back. We do actually have the Belfiend getting shut down 2 units of range. So very good stuff there. This is going to be hitting in the back. Do we have any more abilities? A nice pendulum down here will do some really good damage up against the double range. So we are getting the War Mammoth here at the back. We need to start seeing if we can get the Marauder Horseman, because you're not shutting down the Eagle Claw either. The Eagle Claw will be hitting relatively high up against Wolfric the Wanderer. It doesn't like it did have the scroll of shielding go down for the plus 22% damage resistance there for 57 seconds. But we do have the Ferromanticore fighting up against the Lawmaster of Perth. He has Rampage, so he will fight whatever he's focused into combat with. We see the double archers are going to be pushing away. And it looks like it's going to be a really good counter pick here coming in for the High Elves up against Norska. Going to do some very good damage here up against the War Mammoth. He will be breaking relatively quickly and shattering if you're not careful. We do have Wolf of the Wanderer. He is struggling. These guys really, I'm surprised balance of power is where it is right now. But we do have a really good left side here that have been won by the Norsemen. They need to get through as quickly as possible. As you can see, struggling here on the periphery, we do actually have some more horsemen that have been broken. And how's it going to go down now? This is where it comes down to. Do they have anything here to deal with Imric? I don't know if they have anything to do with Imric. Hunters of Champions is going to be going down, so if they can pop onto him and get some good work there, they're able to shut him down, that would be really good. Can he wrap around and stop him from retreating? We do have the Ferromanticore in here, so if the Ferromanticore can rampage onto him, it might be possible. No, it looks like he is going to get away scot-free, but we do have the Belfiend. The Belfiend might be able to get in and do some good damage, but Wolfric is coming through for that booty. So a good charge in the back. Hopefully going to be blocking here using the Marauder Horseman. He is going all out here, and I don't blame him. This is what he needs to do to win. He needs to get in and shut down here against Imric. Just still rampaging the Ferromanticore in the back, doing some good damage fairly. We are going to be losing Spearmen and all sorts. Let's get a nice overview. We are going to be seeing the other War Mammoth coming back into the fray, and some really good work here getting the War Mammoth at perfect timing here, able to shut down the back line and get the double Mammoth back into the mixture. 1,000 health here left for Wolfric the Wanderer, and we do have 1.7 left for the War Mammoth. We are going to be terrifying all sorts of units, including the light armoured archers. We are going to be shutting down the Sisters of Avalon with all of these big damaging. This could be a Norscan win. This could be the greatest comeback I've seen so far on today's stream. he is absolutely destroying up against these sisters. These sisters do have good melee stats up against infantry, but they're going to really struggle here against the War Mammoth. If we can keep these Mortal Horsemen pushing off these sisters, it's going to get really scary here in this late game. We do, some very good stuff here. We do see some, Robert Duck War does see the horsemen over here. He needs to get them involved and shut down against the sisters. You cannot allow these to come back. Imric is going to be pushing off Wolfric the Wanderer, but we do have some skirmish cavalry here. Coming to shooting into the backside of Imric, get some good damage value. You have lost Wolfric, so you won't be getting him back, but do see what damage you can get against Imric. We do have healing here. Where is the caster? The caster was in the mixture. Can't see him. Did he die? He might have died. If he died, I didn't see him dying. But over here we do have a shattered unit of Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. We do have a shattered unit of Talons. We still have the Sisters. Sisters here with 13 models. Still 8 ammunition. They can do some very good damage value and some good kiting nonetheless. So we get the Marauders here pushing straight on. But we are going to see some good work with the Horsemen coming over. Really good stuff from Rubber Ducky. And Ducky is going to have the Belfiend Shadows here still. So get that Belfiend involved. Start pushing off certain units, including the Rangers. He does have Fear. So we'll be giving that -8 leadership. But we do have a unit of a very brave spearmen here in the pocket, fighting up against Marauder Berserkers and up against some Marauders. We are going to have, all the range is going to be done here for the Marauder Horsemen. As you can see, I'm surprised they're not charging them off. But Balance of Power is going to be pushing out of the way. And unfortunately the High Elves are going to lose. That is so sad to see. Imric losing. Also, it was so cool. Thank you, Caradot, for showing us Imric here on his horse. That's such a cool battle, man. Yeah, it was really well played. It was a really cool build. I did think Ducky was going to struggle. Yes, Horse Imric. Horse Imric today. So Horse Imric, a 900 damage value. And 644 here for the Lawmaster of Hoeth. Frontline did okay, going a couple of hundred each. So it's like 300, 450, 500 here for the Rangers. Nearly 500, 300, 500 and 550. Good stuff from the front line, doing some very good damage value. 924 here from the Talons. And 1,550 for the Sisters. And only 551 here from these Sisters of Avalon. Both these Sisters needed to get a minimum of 1.5k, and you needed at least 1,000 here for the Talons. 850, a little bit low from the Chariots, unfortunately, and 900 damage value for the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. So some really good stuff here still coming out, so some really good work. And this was a really nicely thought out build, and I really like it actually. Shame that it wasn't able to work here today. And very, very well played Rubber Duck War. I thought he'd lost that, considering Wolfric nearly went off, but 1.3k for Wolfric. 107 kills, 1.3k as well for the War Mammoth War Shrine. He got so low, and he was able just to hold into that right moment to then get in and terror out everything, which was perfect here from Ducky to get both of them back in and in the mixture. 1.9k for the Ferromanticore. If you guys do not know about Ferromanticores, they cost 800, they cost terror, armor piercing, very fast, exceptionally good unit. 600 damage value for the Beast of Tashnar, 800 damage value for the Mortal Horsemen, 730 and 880 for the Mortal Horsemen, 880 for the Berserkers, 131 kills, 970 damage value for these Mortal Berserkers. If they can get in unshot, they are really, really good. They are just incredibly good. 540 here for the Marauders, 520, 250 and 320 for the double in the front. 1064 damage value for the Belfiend of Shadows. Belfiend very good with that negative for the Fear, and also Pendulum is exceptionally good up against the really tightly packed High Elves. Rubber Duck of War OP confirmed, 100% confirmed here, boy. You know it, you know it. GG's though, and GG's. Alright, so if we do get big Void Lols in here, the man, the myth, the legend of the BattleMania scene, if you get in here, bro, and we are going to be here fighting up against... Who else made the final today? Oh, Ruffle Shuffle! Oh, Riffle Shuffle? Riffle Shuffle. Ruffle Shuffle sounds really cool, though. But Riffle Shuffle also sounds good. But Riffle Shuffle, I don't know if you're here in the chat, but let's get you in, bro. Wait for my anti-Norska build next week. Can't wait. Thanks, dude. Karadok, a really nice guy. So thank you very much for playing today, dude. You played exceptionally well. And you should hold your head high. Yes, you did lose in the semi-finals, but you played very well. So well played to you, bro. And we'll be seeing Robert Ducky in the final. I'm just going to be kicking him. No hard feelings. And we will be inviting the big man himself. Is that... Are you still under Bellacore, Void? I don't know if you're still under Bellacore or not. Right, let's put a message in the chat. Perfect. So just in the chat there, guys, you'll be able to see that. Riffle, Shuffle, and Void. You'll be able to see how to join. So I hope you guys are enjoying the battle so far. You've already seen a best of 3 going forward today between 2 very strong players. Void Lords, brace yourself. The duck is on the rampage. The duck is on the rampage. She is on the rampage. He's got that rage mechanic, and he's coming through for the beating. So it should be good to see him here do really well. And Ducky is a really nice guy. If you guys do not know him, he is a Rubber Duck of War here on YouTube. He is a fantastic caster here. A really nice dude. And you should go check him out on YouTube. He has a really good YouTube channel where he does Total War Warhammer content every single day. The same as myself here. So what we do is, both of us here, we do content every single day. So go check him out and see what he's all about. Right, so we got big... So we got big Void Lols in here. He will be going under Bellacore, but we are waiting for Riffle Shuffle. See if we can get him in. So guys, just as we are waiting, I don't really like to do this, but it's something I should do because it's kind of my job. But if you are enjoying this video, please leave a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Just leave a like there. It means a lot, and it really helps raise the channel, and also raises this stream and afterwards as a video. It really helps with those reactions, and it really helps promote it on YouTube so other people can see this content as well. But that's if you do like it. Obviously, if you don't like it, don't feel free to like it. And if you really do dislike this content, then please feel free to leave a dislike. I don't condemn any of those that leave dislikes. That's what the dislike button's there for. Thanks very much, Andy. I appreciate that, bro. And guys, if you are enjoying all of the content here on the channel, maybe think about subscribing. What that will do is alert you every single time I bring out a video, or every single time I go live with a live stream here, so you guys don't miss out on any of the content we have going forward here, including DBD Clan Battles and DBD Clan Civil Wars, and also next week, including here, we will be having some more BattleMania. Will be the Season 2 Invitational, so the top 8 players here playing up against each other with some fantastic good content. As well here, we will be doing the sub-faction tournament during the midweek as well. That's where everybody will bring a sub-faction, and they have to use that sub-faction for the entirety of the tournament. Of course you did, Big Bear, and that's why you are the man. And let's just drop through this here. So we'll just drop straight back as we are waiting for these guys to come in. Let's say a nice hello to these guys as they are in. Let's just drop in a hello there, and let's go in and we'll look at the Discord. Right, so let's hop onto the Discord and we'll go through you guys for some of the points. So for the point system today, we have Void Laws in first, joint second we have Lunacy and Dr. Jellyfish, Mixer here in fourth, Talcor in fifth, a Rubber Duck of War sharing sixth with 4 other people, including a Rubber Duck of War, Biblington, Caradog, and Sherfarazm. So that is 9 players, but obviously 4 of them here in sixth being on joint points. So any of you guys that do want to check that out, go into my description there. You will be able to find my Discord where you guys can join and talk to all of the awesome guys here I have in my Discord and talk about all things fun and Warhammer. and all of the awesome guys here. They're always keen for battles. I think every single night, either on my Discord or Ducky's Discord here for DBD, every single night we're trying to get on, play some games, have some fun in the nice, we have like a nice voice chat so you guys can talk to each other, and what we try and do is we just try and play some games, get a little bit better between ourselves, and have some fun. I think it was 2 nights ago, we were doing some free-for-all, which is basically we get 4 players all playing against each other on one map, and what it is everyone's against everybody, and you try and kill units, and the amount of one unit you kill, you get their points valued. So if you kill a Ferromanticore and you kill half of it, you get 400 points out of the 800. The winner is whoever gets the most amount of points, and you get a bit of a bonus points there if you're the last man alive. So yeah, we're doing some good fun with that, and obviously yesterday we had the DBD Clan Civil War, so if you guys haven't seen that, anybody from DBD there was fighting all up against each other from that clan and having some good fun. So feel free to check that out as well. I'm going to play TK and ban Greenskins and Empire. Okay, interesting stuff. Greenskins is an interesting ban. Greenskins are good here up against Tomb Kings, but Tomb Kings are also pretty good against Greenskins. But I don't hate the ban. And Empire is an interesting one. Empire is an interesting one. You generally ban most factions that have fire damage, as all of the Tomb King legendary lords do have a fire weakness. VC is a very good counter though up against TK. I'm more of a TK player than I am VC, but I assume Riffle Shuffle. I don't know if he goes by any other name, but I haven't seen him here before. This seems to be his first BattleMania for himself. And if he does win today, he is in with a shout. I think actually, no, all 4 players do have points there. Unfortunately, he won't be making the final, but he will be putting a big staple on his name. Bellicore, of course, very well here with Void Lol's been here in pretty much almost every single week. But VC is very good up against TK, as far as my knowledge is aware. So Bellicore here will be thinking about his options, maybe thinking about if he does know Riffle Shuffle, what he likes to play, what he doesn't like to play, what he could be doing here in this battle. You also have to consider the map with outskirts, you know, all the trees, all the different terrain, what sort of units can be utilised to the maximum, what other units can't be, etc. Alright, so Out of Outskirts is a really nice map where you've got a bit more of an open side on one side and you've got some really nice trees on the other. In the middle you've got some really nice terrain there where all sorts of artillery pieces might struggle and you really have to position yourself quite well. Skirmish Cav can do really well in between the trees and you get some nice vanguards, and it's a really cool map. I really do like it. How are we doing, Lunacy? How are we doing? VC counters TK, at least in my mind. Yeah, it does for me as well. Hey, Logic. Hey, J Phoenix. I'm Logic. I should wake up a little bit. J Phoenix here, the man, the myth, the legend. Leave a big thanks to J Phoenix here. He's helped out with the last 2 BattleManias, being the absolute big legend that he is. This guy has been an absolute hero, helping us go forward here with BattleMania, helping both starts for the last 2 weeks and really helping with the tournament, so thank you so much to him. I did say at the beginning, but I will say it again because he's a fantastic guy and done some really good work. I hope Riffle Shuffle proves the opposite. I hope so too, and I think something I've come more to it. I'm not a big Undead fan, but I really like Tomb Kings, and I'm really excited to see what they can have. And for those that don't know Lunacy, Lunacy is another fantastic player here, coming straight to the scene. He did play in my last BattleMania Season 1 Invitational, and I'm sure he's on for the win to come into the next one. I think you're doing quite well, Lunacy, at the moment. I think you're joint 4th, I believe, in my current stats. And I think with a good top 8 here, I think you had today, and with a good top 8 from yourself, I think you should be through to the final, which will be really fun to see here again in the Invitational. Very good player, and of course, always, unfortunately, knocking me out of tournaments, aren't you, Lunacy? It's not fair. You're too good. You're too good. Right, So as you can see here, we can see multiple terrain here from everywhere. You can see all sorts of terrain that can really affect all sorts of projectiles coming from either side. And no projectiles will be coming from VC, so all of this terrain not going to be affected. Only really going to be affecting the Tomb Kings. As we do come over in here left, we do have all of these trees, and over here in the back left, you do have a nice Vanguard deployment here. Somewhere in here in the trees, you can Vanguard deploy, and obviously you can't see because you are in the forest. Allows you to progress through here and really get into the back line of whichever side spawns on this side. I try to make it as even as possible, and as you can see on this map as well, you do have a nice Vanguard deployment in the back here as well. So you do have some trees to work with, and you can really get some nice plays. A little bit more open here on the left side. There's a beautiful river here and the Cowering Empire. But you do have some nice terrain over here. You get some nice whip around advantage, nice and open in this slot. So if you want to play a little bit more open, you could really utilize all sorts of playing advantages here on this map. I'm ready to fight everyone except Void. Yeah, Void is super strong. Void is super strong for sure. And I remember I was playing a Duckies tournament. You can only bring one. You can only bring one army. He's one army tournament. And in my initial bracket, I had to play Lunacy straight followed by. It would have been. I thought Void would win his bracket, which means I would have had to play Void after. And I was saying to Ducky, I was like, got myself with some tough battles ahead here. Some super tough battles ahead here. I think it ended up changing, but I still ended up playing against Lunacy, and Lunacy knocked me out with my Dowie. Which was a grudging. So you better watch out, Lunacy. I'm coming back for that vengeance. But some zombies in the front line with some skeleton spearmen, and we're going to have some crypt horrors here today. So I do like the crypt horrors. These guys do have regeneration. That's really good stuff. Of course, that fear, armor piercing, and the nice poison melee attacks make them a nice versatile unit. We do have some Graveguard here for the bonus infantry, anti-infantry. Nice armor there with the 90 and the silver shields. But at the back, this is what's more important. We are going to be having the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. This guy is exceptionally strong. You will have Heart Piercing, Hell and Discord, which is extremely powerful. He'll also have Raised Dead, Gaze of Nagash for the nice magic missiles, Dance Macabre for the speed and melee attack, Invocation of the Hex, the nice Passionate Breath for the breath spells, Honor or Death, and the Curse of the Undeath. You will be having the regenerating, terror-causing Terrorgeist here in the back, very fast with its nice breath attacks, and bonuses large anti-large armor piercing, and the poison melee attacks. And this is a very big void play here. Yeah, he really likes the double here. Looks like we do have a Necromancer on foot, and a second Necromancer here on top of his big corpse cart. These guys will be having Scroll of Shielding, Marshal of the Death for that regen, and obviously he will be stroking his Forbidden Rod. We do have a second Forbidden Rod here for that nice stroking for that Winter Magic. Over here for the Tomb Kings, ooh, some elite front lines. We are going to have some Nehekar warriors. You don't often see these guys very much, but they do. These guys know. So I thought they were. So they are anti-infantry damage units. I thought they were bonus for infantry as well, but they're not. So 3 units at the front, some skeleton spearmen in the back here. Looks like 3 units, and we also have the Tomb Guard halberds. We have the Sneaky Snakes coming here with the Eyes of the Desert, the ROR, which have some nice armor piercing, poison missile strengths, and we do have the Grand Katep here in the middle. He will be on foot. That is brave. That is brave. So he's not going to be on his DJ deck, so he won't be coming through with those attacks. We also have another unit of snakes on the side. We do have the Kepra Guard, which have the nice healing in the middle. And so we are going to have the double Necrotech here with their healing, I'm sure. Necrotech will be having restores. It is a 1008 hit point regeneration. And you can use it here on the Eyes of the Desert or also the Stalkers. You can also use it on the ROR Sphinx of Yusef, which here is very good up against the greenskins, as it does have 25% flame resistance, but more importantly, it does have the fire flaming attacks. Bonus to anti-large armor piercing, going to make him very good at dealing here with the Terrorgeist. So if that Terrorgeist does come in, he's going to get hit relatively hard, but some good magic missiles here doing some really good opening damage here up against the Grand Katep. Grand Katep does have a few spells, so poison coming in the back here. So he's going to be slowing down the Terrorgeist. Terrorgeist really trying to come in and see get some breath attacks here onto the Legendary Lord. Grand Katep here, let's have a look what he's got today. Arcane Conduit, Incantation of Desiccation, Incantation of the Cursed Blades, and there's like Leechy Staff. So Leechy Staff will be given the plus 15 ability charge, which will be very good up against the Dragon. My will be done for the plus 5 melee attack, melee defense, and the Restless Dead. So front line here, we are going to see the Bony Boys really grafting here up against these zombies. I've never normally seen zombies retreat, but that's relatively interesting. These Brain Dead front mob that are very cheap, are very good at reducing vigor and really getting into the lines here up against the Nehekar warriors. So you should be able to slow them down, really cause them to stop here. But if you want the Nehekar warriors, you don't want to get in the back here and maybe go onto the skeleton spearmen, shut these guys down so they don't get onto your sneaky snakes. going to be kiting here. Using the sneaky snakes, they are going to try and get blocked here by the zombies, but they can comfortably go around. These guys only have 23 speed, up against the 50 speed here of the Iceland Desert. As we can see on the side, the Terror Goose is going to be sweeping over. What's the Terror Goose going to be doing here today is the question. Oh, that's a nice, good spell there coming out of the Blood Dragon Vampire. I actually forgotten what that's called. I need to double check that. So he will be having Gaze in the Gash. I need to remember that. So Gaze in the Gash going down here on top of Grand Concept. So very good stuff. But these sneaky snakes are going to do some good damage here up against the Terror Goose. Terror Goose does have regen, and it will be causing to use Invocation of the Heck to get that nice healing. But the Crypt Horrors are going to be a bit of a pain to deal with as well. We're not going to have the ROR Spearmen. They would have been very good here up against the Crypt Horrors, that poison and the nice armor. But we do have the Big Sphinx. The Big Sphinx could really chomp apart these Crypt Horrors if needed. We do have the double Dent Protect and Grand Hotep here on the floor. So being a Foot Lord and double hero going to be a big problem here. And the reason why it's a big problem is they're very easy to snipe and isolate. If one does move just a little bit too far out of protection, it can really be assassinated here. So one good thing you could do is maybe take out the double Necrotech, remove that healing from both sides, because you're going to have a very good stuff here with the Necromancer healing up against the Graveguard. We do have the Nehekar while he's fighting in the front. These guys do have 45 armor, but they will lose up against the more elite Graveguard. So we have a second unit Graveguard, which will be fine up against the Nehekar Warriors. As you can see, they will be losing as we do have some more Spearmen in there as well. These bony boys are going to struggle unless they start taking down the Heroes and Lord. As you can see, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is really struggling. He's really struggling. But what you do have is you do have a nice spell. So once it comes through with the Bony Boys, you will be able to see he will have the summon of Yushopti. So what he can do is pop the Yushopti in the back and push up against the Necromancer. He only has 34 speed, so you could use him to summon and take out one of them. Maybe the Quartz Card. Quartz Card does give some nice bonuses there. I can't remember what the bonuses are. I think it's bonus, yeah, so plus 5 melee attack and plus 5 melee defense in a 40-meter radius. Oh my god, Grand Hotep here has been destroyed by the Gaze of Nagash. Good stuff there, and I'm sure you have some more breath attacks coming in as well, so the breath attacks can be used here, but that is going to be a negative 16 leadership here to the entirety of the Tomb King roster. As you see there, Lord recently died for the negative 16, and in the pocket here we are going to be having the Necrotech fighting in this pocket. They do need to take care of these Necromancers. They're just going to be healing here up against the Crypt Horrors and all the boys in that range. We are going to be seeing, we do need to see these Sphinx of Yusef really get involved here. You need to be coming in, pushing through these lines and smashing up against the Necromancer. Terror Goose is going to be going down. The Terror Goose is going to be targeting here up against these Skeptical Stalkers. Getting some good damage value here. He does have the bonus charge, but in comes the Sphinx. Sphinx is absolutely destroying the Terror Goose. Really good work going down there. Some very good stuff. Looks like the Elixir of Might is going to be going. I didn't know you could pop that here on top of the Sphinx. Very good stuff. Terror Goose is really struggling because he also has fire damage. That's going to be an extra 25% damage with the armor piercing, bonus plus large and anti-large, which will absolutely destroy him. But some really good work there. Really shifting the balance of power, as you are going to see lots of healing is going to be going here on top of the Blood Dragon, which means you're not going to be healing your core infantry here in the front. I actually really like the double Skeptical Stalker play. Some really good stuff here with these sneaky stakes coming through with some very good damage value. Necrotechs in the pocket are going to be doing some good damage here. They are bonus first infantry, anti-infantry, so be very good at dealing with the cheap infantry, but they will struggle here up against the Graveguard. I'm going to be going down, but as long as they use the restore, that's pretty much their value going to come through, and you just need them to support here for the extra leadership. We are going to see the Sphinx just jumping here up against the Graveguard. A nice good target there for him. And as we can see, we are going to be getting that healing, and he is going to be stroking the Forbidden Rod. So when he strokes his rod, he will obviously be killing himself slowly, but with more winds and magic here for the Terror Goose and the Blood Dragon Vampire. Sorry, the Blood Dragon Vampire, not the Terror Goose. In the pocket, this boy is going to be very dangerous to deal with. I don't know how they're going to deal with him. The main way they could deal with him is... I really don't know. I don't know. Oh, we do have some Blood Knights. I didn't see the Blood Knights. I must have missed those. I apologise. But the elite Blood Knights coming through. These guys are bonus plus large, anti-large. And when they're not engaged in melee, these guys also get the 22% missile resistance. They also have Frenzy as well, which makes them really nice there. And they also do cause fear. Of course, everything here causing fear if they are undead. So a nice Yushopti summon here in the back. What's the Yushopti going to be dealing with? The Yushopti armor piercing, bonus infantry, anti-infantry, pretty much designed to deal with Graveguard. but you could use the Sharpty once they've dealt with the Graveguard to really chomp apart the Necromancer. But we are seeing the Necrotech going after Necromancer. Necromancer really doesn't have very good stats. He does have 33 melee defense and 45 melee attack here for the Necrotech. In the back here, oh my god! No, the Terrorgeist is going to go down. Terrorgeist is going to be forced into combat here to try and get as much damage value as possible. This big entity does need to switch around quickly. I think the Terrorgeist has gone down. The Terrorgeist has gone down. Balance of power is going to be going away here from the VC. This is a really interesting battle. I've never seen TK win up against VC here in any of my matchups. As you can see, some nice shots coming into the rear end here of the Blood and Drag Vampire. Riffle Shuffle here putting on a real show today. And you can see wavering in the middle here, the Necromancer is going to be struggling. We are seeing the Crypt Horrors going down as well. The Graveguard are going to be struggling as well in the pocket. Everything will be going down very slowly here. Balance power, the more it pushes, the faster they will crumble. But this big bad boy here will be holding the balance of power as he is tremendously expensive. Really need to get some healing here. If we do manage to get some healing on top of either the Blood Dragon Vampire, we want to get healing on both of these guys. If we can really heal them to get the balance of power up, that could be very helpful. But once they use Shakti Summon do go as well, which they have gone, it should shift balance of power back to normal. Nice breath attack here onto the Sphinx of Yusef. Some really good work there. Just about holding on to balance of power, but if you do lose your Necromancer, it could be big problems here. Necromancer does need to get out and keep healing the Graveguard. So I don't think he has to be in melee combat for them to heal. Maybe you can see if he can stroke his Forbidden Rod here, give some more Winds of Magic here up against the Blood and Drag Vampire. But he is going to be waiting for that healing. He does have to engage here. Now these two are gone, he has to engage, but it looks like balance of power will go down, and he does withdraw. Very good stuff here coming out of Riffle Shuffle. A brilliant build here that actually some of these units way outperformed what I believe they possibly could. Maybe Void got picked baited, who knows. It looks like he did get pick baited. Hello Blackthorn, how you doing bro? This is game 1 Mr. Rubber Duck War, and it will be 1-0 here going up to Riffle Shuffle. So let's drop into this. This is going to be really interesting. So getting sniped here, the Grand Hippotech coming through with absolutely no damage, using no Winter Magic, and losing him relatively early on. But I'm sure he was a nice cheap choice there on foot, so he could bring everything else. 360 damage value for the Necrotect and 438. But what they really came through was for those heals. They would have been very good here up against the Double Snakes, as well as the Necrosphinx. 80 kills on the front line with some good damage value for the Skeleton Spears. 122 kills, 600 damage value for the Nehekar. 360 and 365 for 100 kills. 88 kills, 574 damage value for the Tomb Guard. 75 for 930 for the Kepragard ROR. 3,100 damage value for the Skeptral Stalkers. Very, very good there from these guys. 2,000 damage value here for the Eyes of the Desert, and also 2,800 damage value for the Sphinx. So as we can see here, that will be 6,000, and on top of that, 8,000 damage value coming from 3 units. 3 units, everybody. 8,000 damage value. I think that's the most combined damage value I've ever seen from 3 entities. Very good stuff there. Blood and Dragon Vampire Lord here, 3,100 damage value for him, so some very good work as always. 200 here and 240 for the Rod Strokers. Frontline not doing too much, 240 damage value at 312 for the Skeleton Spearmen. Only 380 damage value for the Feasters in the Dusk for the Crypticals. Not too much from these guys. 140 kills for 1.1k damage value for the Graveguard. Good work from them. And 1,254 here for the second unit. Coming in with about nearly 300 kills combined. Oh yeah, some very good work from the Blood Knights as well. 1.4k from them. Some good stuff. The Crypt Horrors here with 880. And 576 here for the Terror Goose. Terror Goose really struggled. So some guys are already ready to go. So we are going to be seeing Greenskins up against VP. So we will be playing here. Let's get it nice and ready. We do have Troll Country coming up now. Troll Country will be the next. Looks like they're both ready. So Troll Country will be the second one. And this does favour the Greenskins. VP is a good counter up against Greenskins. But yeah, well, let's drop into you guys with the comments. Yeah, so game 1 it is. Game 1. Riffle Shuffle's pick. Nice indeed. Maybe Void got pick baited. I think he did, for sure. You think the build from Void wasn't good? I think the build from Void was a bit experimental, but I think you can be experimental here, and the reason you can be experimental is because he's already through. So he's going to try some new things, maybe have a bit of fun with it, but GG's nonetheless. Brilliant game there, brilliant stuff. And the Skeptral Stalkers were exceptional. They were exceptional. Double Scash Scrape would have been exceptional in that matchup as well, coming with the White Kings. Yep, for sure. As VC2 White Kings, yeah, exactly, yeah. VC2 White Kings. I mean, stroking the Forbidden Rod is always good. You know, you're always getting that section of Winds of Magic, but the Rod Strokers are not so optimal in that matchup. I definitely would like to see the double White King for sure. But how are we doing, Rubber Duck of War? Big man inbound. The man, the myth, the legend that will be in the final, and the big Black Thorn. What are you saying, bro? How are you? How are you, my legendary quack brother? Hope everybody's having a fantastic evening. What do you think of that game, guys? What do you think of the undead game? I think it was an exceptional game. Really demonstrating what Tomb Kings can do, and some of the abilities and some of the units you wouldn't even think to bring. Let's jump in here with the VP build. So we might be coming in here with the Even Star build. So looks like we have a very similar one. So we have Deck Dropper Bombers. So we have 2 units here on the front left, and over here we have some more bombers. So we have 4 units of bombers in the front line. We also have the handguns here for the zombie pirate deckhand mobs. We also have 2 units of those, and 2 units of scary dogs in the front. I think scary dogs are very needed here. We have the double gunnery whites. Double gunnery whites are exceptionally good here. We will also be having Scab Scrape, which is exceptional. More powder, of course, extra powder, and all the other good bits and bobs. Yeah, both coming in exactly the same. Very good at sniping out Grom, etc. We have some more handguns in the back. And what about the front here? So we do have some Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs for the bonus first large. Zombie Pirate Deckhand, just the normal mobs here, not the pole arms. We have a couple of units of pole arms and a couple of units of just deckhand mobs. Interesting stuff. So it looks like we do have the big bad Count Knuckles here on top of his mount. He will be coming here looking absolutely fantastic with the Moon Dial, as well as the Wrath Soul, which is an exceptional good ability. Arcane Conduit, Invocation of Heck, the Drowned Dead for those summons, Hunger, which gives him that restoration of hit points when he is in melee combat, and obviously the Curse of Death. In the back here we will have the Mortar. It's going to be protected by the pole arms, so some very good work there with some scary dogs in the back as well. Is there anything I've missed? I normally always miss 1 or 2 things, but no, it doesn't look like I've missed anything. If I miss anything, please let me know. But here we go, coming in with the green skins. We do have the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, which will be protecting the double archers here, I'm sure. So we have the normal Goblin Wolf Rider archers, alongside the Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers for the nice poison. Some more gobbos in the front for those archers, some more spiders, and we also have the Death Creepers. Very good stuff there. We have the 8-peat Loonies in the front for those Fanatics and Unbreakable. Savage Orc Biggins are exceptional in this matchup for the bonus first large, anti-large. Savage Orc Arrow Boys, you always want a good Daka line here in this matchup. So we have some Savage Orc Boys, some more Savage Orc Boys, lots of Savage Orc Boys. These guys have no armor, which is the problem, but they're still going to do pretty well. Savage Orc Boy Biggins, and we have some Gobbos. Lots of Spider Riders as well, and looks like we are going to be struggling here with some more Spider Riders on the side. So lots of Spider Riders, lots of Goblin Wolf Riders, but not the ROR Goblin Wolf Riders, which is what I expect because they come through with the very nice AP. The AP Loonies will be coming through to the front. These guys are unbreakable with their very nice silver shields and poison. Get these guys in, smashing up against the zombie pirate decker mobs. Get a nice, good ability down the side there with their Fanatics. Big bullets coming out here. We do have the River Troll Hag as the magic today. River Troll Hag will have Mither, as well as Spirit Leash, and Overwhelming Odor with that nice regeneration. I think Lord Choice here was Grom. I did see Grom. Yeah, Grom here in the background, so Grom will be coming with a few items, I'm sure. So you'll have the Actor Grom there for the base weapon damage, armor piercing, and armor sundering. The Lucky Banner. So he's coming through with everything. The Great One is here as well, and the nice immune to psychology with language of the boys. We also have an Orc Shaman here in the front. Orc Shaman will be having Scroll of Shielding, Fist of Gork, and Brainbuster. So we hop into this match. We are going to see the bombers all over the place doing some good damage, but they will be getting shot here by the Savage Orc Boys. Getting some good damage value up against these big deck droppers. We'll be getting the Gobbers through on either flank. Nice Gobbers through to the front line. Nice Brainbuster here in the middle up against the zombie pirate decker mobs. With some good normal handgunners there. Some healing going down in the front. Invocation of the heck on these handguns. Handguns will be doing some very good damage value, trying to shut down the Orc Shaman. So some very good work there. We do manage to get the double gunnery whites to shut down, but they do need to shoot here up against Grom. We do need something here to block Grom. I think Grom coming through here would have struggled. He does have 90 charge bonus. He has some of the highest charge bonus in the game. 84 speed as well. Meaning on that charge he's exceptional, and he's an exceptionally heavy character as well. So stopping him is really difficult. No poison here for the Scurvy Dogs. They're not going to be able to slow them down, but should be able to push off certain units, and there can be good counters here to shut down the Forest Goblin Spider Riders if needed. If absolutely needed. As you can see, getting really overwhelmed here with the undead. Scurvy Dogs are going to be trying their absolute hardest here to shut down if they really can. We are going to be getting some pole arms coming forward for the bonus for large anti-large armor piercing. But you can see the deck droppers are going to be above, doing some good damage early, but they are going to be getting shots here by Goblin Wolfrider archers and also Savage Orc boys. We have lost the magic here coming from the Orc Shaman, so he will be going off. I think they're going to be using the deck dropper bombers to chase him off. But over here on the flank, let's have a look. We do have some Spider Riders coming through into the mixture, shutting down some zombie guttery mobs. So some good work there from the Spider Riders. These are going to be the Death Creepers, so they do have the healing. So when they are fighting, they will get the healing while going off here. It's getting nice, good overground. We do actually see that the Greenskins are here, there, and everywhere. They have shut down the entirety here of the undead faction. We do see Grom just sneaking about, being nice and Gromish, coming in with his gobbo there. Is he going to be charging? He's going to be charging into Count Noculus. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight here. The charge getting a nice good hit on Count Noculus. Count Noculus is not a very good melee combatant. I think him on foot would have been better here up against Grom the Paunch. He does come through with the bonus for large anti-large armor piercing. But on top here, he just has armor piercing. If he does hit, he'll do some good damage value, but Grom will do even better against him. If Axe Grom does go down with the Lucky Banner, he will absolutely destroy Noculus. We do see some polearms coming through. The polearms really need to help here up against the Death Creepers. Death Creepers are struggling up against these Zombie Pirate Deca mobs. That's really surprising, but we are going to see the polearms come through as well. That fear is going to have a big effect as there will be a -8 to leadership. No immune to psychology here for the Spider Riders. We do see the Deck Drummer Bombers are going to be smashing up against the Goblins. And as you can see in the middle, coming through with his nice bombardment ability here up against the Giant River Troll Hag. If you can shut her down, you can do relatively well. But as you can see, not shooting here, you are going to see Noculus just having to run all over the place. Just really trying to free himself up so he can get his nice big hand cannon there, firing into the Greenskins. Balance of power really even here, both on the same numbers. But the Deck Droppers are starting to run out of ammunition, and so are the Spider Riders. There are some ammunition here coming in from the Savage Orcs, but these guys are relatively weak. Bombs will be going down on top here of the Wizard. As you can see, the Orc Shaman is going to be struggling. He is going to have that negative fear around him at all times, and a nice good hit here under missile fire is really going to... He's been hit here, so I should break him as he's under missile fire. He is also surrounded by fear and stronger enemies and faster enemies, so he is going to break. When he come back, unlikely, but really struggling here for the VP. Count Noculus really needs some help. So the Zombie Pirate Deck and Polearms will come through. They're doing some good damage value up against Grom, but Grom has Lucky Banner, Axe Grom, the great units here, and some all very good stuff. As you can see, Noculus is going to be able to heal and get some good value once he got that Arcane Conduit going, but he is going to have all those heals on himself and not here on the front line where he necessarily needs it. As you can see now, as the army does wither for the undead, you are going to see these Savage Orcs come through, and if they do manage to hop on here to Count Noculus, they'll do some tremendous damage value. Spirit Leech will be going down, doing some good damage up against him. Mither going down as well, really slowing him down, and he is going to be struggling here in this pocket. Some really good shutdown here from Void. And Riffle has really tried to keep Noculus alive. He is just about keeping that leadership going. That Invocation of Nehek will be going down for the 864 healing. As you can see, we are forcing backs here, running out of ammunition, forcing them to come into combat, giving that fear and that -8 to leadership. Greenskins really struggle up against that leadership. We have Greeny boys here all over the place, shutting down against all sorts of bats, left, right, and centre. Really needs to start getting these forces back into the mixture. As we can see, the Goblin Wolfrider archers are out of ammunition and could do with charging. That is a summon of Deckhand mobs here. So the summon is going to be pushing off the Savage Orc boys. So some really good work there as they still cause fear. Big cannon shot down the face here of the Death Creepers. Obviously, if they lose models, that's going to be less healing for them. And as you can see, all sorts of fear coming into play. So a really even matchup here on both sides. What are you going to do about, against Grom, though? Grom is the problem. What do you have to deal with Grom? You cannot be using Count Noculus here. Count Noculus is not strong enough and you must keep moving. You also have to deal with the Giant River Troll Hag. If it does continue here that they can keep using Spirit Leech, Count Noculus will go down very quickly. Once Noculus has gone down, it will be GG here for the undead. I think it is starting to become GG's. There's not enough here left to take care of Grom. That's a really good game here. VP is pretty much one of the few factions that can deal with Greenskins, but it's still a big struggle for them. VC is a common pick to deal with them, but obviously they're often banned quite a lot. Like you can see, he still has some boys in the back, and I don't think he needs to be moving them too much anymore. Once Noculus does go down, it will be army losses. It'll be negative 16 leadership to all of the units here map wide, and as you can see, they are going to be shattering, breaking, and slowly debilitating. Riffle Shuffle has dropped out from the game after losing, but interesting stuff here. Yes, he did lose both Gunnery Whites. I wasn't able to see how the Gunnery Whites went down. Unfortunately, I was focusing on the Noculus up against Grom the Paunch. So pretty well played to Riffle Shuffle. Unlucky there. 100 kills, 1,179 damage value. 550 for the Gunnery Whites, 700 here. Front line, not too much damage value, but 600 damage value for the Zombie Pirate Pole Arms. Nothing here for these. But these left out, I didn't see what they did, to be quite honest. 176 there. 250, the bat lines, handguns didn't do so well. Scary Dogs got some good damage values, 650, 800, 614, and 212 here for the deck droppers. 432 damage value for the Mortar. Mortar really struggling, but still got some good damage value, 47 kills, but you would have hoped for a bit more, I think. Grom here, 78 kills, 2,500 damage value. Grom is super powerful, probably one of the most powerful lords in the game right now. Only 60 damage value here for the Orc Army. He did manage to get off one Brainbuster that did some good damage up against the Zombie Pirate Deckhams, but as you can see here, he got shot relatively comfortably. 1,100 damage value for the River Troll Hag. Really good spells with the Spirit Leech coming in there. Frontline doing okay for the Gobos. Only 400 damage value for the AP Lunars. They were very cleverly targeted there from the rip. 900 damage value, 1,350 for the Savage Orc Biggins. If you are focusing here on the front line of Gobos, you're not going to be shooting the Savage Orcs. But the Arrow Boys, 200, 800, 300, and 524 here for these boys. Spider Riders in the back, 200. Only 3 damage value for these. 741, 50 here for the Goblin Wolves. 740 here for the Goblins. 200 and 753 for the Death Creepers. Really good stuff, really good stuff. So when we're going to game 3. Game 3 should be very, very interesting. So game 3 should be under S. We will be doing, I will know it when I see it, Southern Chaos Wastes. And it will be Void to pick and ban. Perfect. Alright, let's drop in with you guys. GG's indeed, big GG's, GG's. So going through to game 3 here, let's drop in with you guys. Very solid game from both sides. Yeah, they played very well. Beer High Magic and Warhammer, great streaming. Nice. Might couldn't be much better, to be honest. It sounds like a good evening. I can't lie to you. It sounds like a very good evening. There's also a nice TK build from VC Gamer. Yeah, it was a very good build. It was a very good build coming up from Riffle Shuffle. Really showing to me and hopefully you guys as well that excellent build you can bring. By the way, Logic, don't be shy to ask for some free... By the way, don't be shy to ask for some free dinner to Rubber Duck of War tonight. Oh, is he buying dinner, is he? Oh, you better be buying dinner. So for those that don't know, Rubber Duck of War is actually my housemate. So I've known Rubber Duck of War for maybe... oh, a very long time. 22, 23 years, maybe? I've known him for a very long time. How did both Gunnery Whites... I didn't see Lunacy, sorry about that, bro. I was focusing to see if we could manage to get Count Noculus out of there. I think the big uns probably chomped him down the sides. They got some very good damage value. Grom was almost 100% on top of Count Noculus's case for pretty much 90% of that battle. Alrighty, let's hop in with these guys. So it looks like we're going to have a Wood Elf VP and Chaos pick here coming from Void, and he will ban Wood Elves. So I like the Wood Elf ban. I think Void doesn't like playing Wood Elves up against Wood Elves, and Wood Elves are pretty good here up against Chaos, and they're not too bad up against VP as well. I think I saw one of them go down in the corner of my eye. One of them definitely went down against the Big Uns. I don't know what happened to the second one. But I think they just had to hold that tide. That tide was coming in for Noculus. So for those of you guys that haven't seen it, there's a really good build coming in from Evenstar. Evenstar was playing in the final of the WWC. He actually won as VP up against Greenskins. Who was he fighting against? I can't remember who the other player was. I do apologise. I do have the memory of a sieve. I've also been up since early this morning with work, etc. So I've been super busy, so I do apologise. But there's a really good game there in that final. Go check it out. Turing does cast it. Excellent caster. Go check him out if you don't know about him as well. And there's a really, really good VP build that comes out up against the Greenskins. Go check that out. It's a really, really good game. So you have a few things you can do here. If you're on the Wood Elves, a good counter of them is Lizardmen. I like the Lizardmen in that pick. And VP as well. Lizardmen can do quite well on that as well. Yeah, double solar engine can do quite nicely. If you're also VP, oh, I tell you what would be really good here. If you ban Chaos and you go Dwarfs, you've got two very good picks. VP struggle very much against Dwarfs, and so do WE. What else struggle very much against Dwarfs as the VP, and I'm sure it'll make me and very many of you here very happy. I'm sure we'll have Big Doyle, we'll have Blackthorn coming up, maybe even Grombrindle if he's still in chat, will make us all very happy. So it looks like we are going to have a warrior, oh no, we are going to have an empire pick, and we are going to be banning warriors of chaos. So interesting stuff there. I do like warriors of chaos here up against the empire actually. Interesting stuff. How do you play this? So I think, at least traditionally before they got nerfed, Wood Elf was a very good pick here up against empire. I like the Wood Elves against empire. It was a big struggle. I'm surprised he's gone empire. Maybe he's not a good Dowie player, but I think Dowie would have been the ultimate pick there, for sure. They're a very good counter against the Wood Elves, and they're a very good counter against VP. I think that would have been the pick. Unless you guys disagree, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be very interested to see what you guys discuss about all of this. But, yeah, a bit interested there. A bit interested to see the rationale behind that pick. Empire's still very good, for sure. Empire's still very good. So we are going to have VP up against Empire. I think it's pretty even. I think probably favors Empire a little bit more, but VP still a very strong faction. So this is game 3 for anybody that is recently joining. Game 3 here, whoever wins will be going through to the final here for BattleMania and playing up against a Rubber Duck of War. Empire is not good versus VP on open maps, I think. Well, we are going to be on Southern Chaos Way, so it is relatively open. I think some good cannon play here could be quite nice. So I think it's going to be a bit of mind games here. How many guns do you bring? Not many people play Dowie professionally. It's true. It's true, but I think Dowie are exceptional in certain matchups. I think I maybe have a slightly biased opinion. I play Dowie a lot. I know what Dowie are very good at. And Dowie are like I think always having someone like the Dowie in your back pocket is always very useful. Because like in this particular instance, I'm always picking Dowie there. Because Dowie will win against both those factions if you are a player of a similar ability. I think it's a big missed opportunity, I think. But that's my personal opinion. It's my personal opinion. But I think Empire struggle here just a little bit more. Which is what I agree with there. I think it actually favours VP up against Empire, whilst for Dowie it heavily favours them. Yes, you must go mass guns. But here's the risk. If you go mass guns and they go mass cav, there's not a lot you can do about it. If you go mass crab and you try and push, then you have to deal with mass guns. So it's difficult. And you've also got nets, you also got burning head, you've got all sorts of painful things to deal with as well. There's lots of painful things to deal with, especially if you bring Volkmar the Grim, which is probably what I expect here. Volkmar with the Banishment in the back line as well, all of his bombardment spells. It could be difficult, can be difficult, for sure. Or something that could be very nice. You can win versus mass cav, but your micro has to be exceptional at protecting that back line. If you do go mass guns, and they've gone mass cav, it can be difficult, but you can win. You can certainly win. You can win almost any matchup if your movement is on point. It's just obviously more difficult to win. But in my experience, I don't favour the Empire here. But Riffle Shuffle has shown me some very different things today. So his TK build was exceptional. So I'll be very good to see and very interested to see what he goes here. Also, there's not much. How you doing, William? Hope you're doing well today. Riffle Shuffle is a very good player, and hopefully can bring through some good stuff. There's not much immune to psychology here for the Empire, so maybe fear and terror could play a big part as well. You think it's even? Okay. I think in my professional. Yeah, no, of course. I think any matchup depends on the. I think you've also when it comes down to matchups, what people have to be careful of. You also have to talk of the level that you're playing at. These guys are obviously very good level players. You know, they're high level players for sure. So on a high level, I think it is even. It is even. If you go lower down, I think it becomes harder and harder. I think as a very good player, VC is a good pick. At lower levels, undead factions are pretty hard to play with cheap chaff front lines. But Dowie here, I think, are favoured in both Wood Elf and... I would favour them, even at a high level, I would favour the Dowie against Wood Elves, and I would favour them here against VP, still. I still would. I understand the WWC might retrospectively say it's different. Like if you do look at their up to round 2 against round 3 and above, it doesn't quite show Dowie in their best way. But there's not too many good elite Dowie mains. Yeah, of course, there are some things that... there are so many people that surprise me all the time with some really, really cool builds. And of people of all different levels as well. You see some really cool different meta builds come through and some different ideas. Like many people, me and Ducky talk about this all the time, but there are many people that don't like Dowie going into greenskins. I like Dowie into greenskins. And the reason I like Dowie into greenskins is simply because... if the Dowie overload in a certain way, if they go gyrocopters or they go elite infantry, if the greenskins haven't built for that, they really struggle. But if they've built correctly, there's nothing the Dowie player can do. And it's not worth going for. Yeah, in certain matchups there are just, unfortunately there are just maybe one, if not on some rare occasions, 2 builds that can work. But also, when you get to the very top level, you're talking about consistency. There's a difference between at the mid-tier level where you have what works well for you, and then at the top level it's what works for you and what works for you consistently. But sometimes you do have to do a bit of the Lotus Moon effect, where everybody expects you to kite, but every now and then you bring a rush build. You really got to give it to that player. You've really got to make sure that they're not prepared for what they think you're going to bring. You've always got to keep them on their toes. You've always got to keep people guessing. And sometimes you have to bring a build that you go, what the hell was that? But sometimes you just got to try something and see how it works. Maybe you practiced it. Like, I had a very good Dark Elf build up against Greenskins. And Dark Elves, it does terribly against Greenskins. But I had a pretty good build that I thought was pretty good. And then I played up against somebody who brought the Greenskins. And he just wiped the floor with me. But I'd won 5 out of 6 games up to that point. So, and that 6th game I obviously lost. So here we go. Oh my god, so it looks like we're going to have 4 units of carronades here. So very interesting. 100% going to be forcing the Empire to come to him. We're going to have 2 units of Sirens. We have some zombie pirate deckhand mobs here in the front. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of deckhand mobs. Some handgunners here as well as some bombers. So we do have how many? 1, 2, 3 units of handguns, 2 units of bombers, and we have a few units of scurvy dogs. We also have Count Noculus on foot, which will be coming with the magic, and also the nice Lord Slot. So Moondar coming in, Wrathstorm, Invocation of Nehek, Drowned Dead, and Curse of the Undeath. So a very nice build here. Can he protect that back line is what it all comes down to. Sorry about that. So in the back here we do have 4 units of Huntsmen. Very good there with the Stalk. Bonuses large, anti-large. Oh, is that 5 units? Looks like 5 units of Huntsmen here with also these silver bullet handguns. We have some Swordsmen mixing it with some Spearmen. Do we have the Sigma Suns? Some Halberdiers as well. So we do have these Sigma Suns here. These big boys here will be unbreakable, of course, getting some good damage value throughout the game. We do have 2 Empire Knights, and we have, of course, Volkmar the Grim with a Bright Wizard. This is exactly what I expected to see. Volkmar the Grim, let's get on to him. He will have Grand Soulfire, Grand Shield of Faith, Grand Hammer of Sigmar, Banishment, and the Jade Griffin. He has flaming attacks, which makes him a good partner here with the Bright Wizard, as obviously with Kindle Flame giving a map-wide weakness to fire. He will have Flaming Sword of Ruin for that imbued fire and magic damage. Oh, apologies there. And he'll also be having the Burning Head. So a pretty good build here coming in for the Empire, although I think they're really going to struggle against this build. And something I really like about here, so he's going to jump to the left-hand side. So as you can see, all of these guys are going to be in the back. What I was about to say, over here on the right-hand side, if he had managed to pick this nice high ground, one thing that is really nice, if you come with a range and you have to force your opponent, if you are over here in this direction, it forces your opponent to rotate. And if they have to rotate and push forward at the same time, which could really, like, jumble up the force and make it really difficult to get onto the key targets you want to. And you could just pepper them with shots with the nice carronades and all the good boys here in the front, and get some good damage value. So good luck have fun here from Riffle Shuffle. Good stuff from him. Looks like Void is ready. So good sportsman there from Riffle. Well, the guys are going to be pushing forward. And let's see how we go. I think double Sirens are what's very good there, as they do come with Charmed as their melee attack abilities, giving that -9 melee attack. Yeah, the carronades could struggle. If they do manage to, they really need to shoot here. The Silver Bullets do have Stalk as well. They're not going to be able to reach Volkmar the Grim. The Empire Knights aren't particularly, like, you could definitely shoot them, but not particularly worth shutting down. The carronades could get some good damage value here on the Huntsman. But they could struggle. I think Be'lakor was expecting some more cannon play for sure. But this could definitely overwhelm the forces for sure. So he's going really nice and wide here. I like this. Get the front line nice and wide. You have a lot to deal with here. And this entirety of this front line here of Deca mobs will struggle and will go down if it is not supported. I would actually prefer to be seeing the Sirens getting more in the middle and helping a few units around them with a -9 melee attack. I'm not sure what sort of distance we've got on that. Maybe it's only what they're attacking, so it's not an area of effect, just whatever they're attacking. Scurvy Dogs need to get around that. Scurvy Dogs need to get in and deal here with the Huntsmen. Huntsmen are going to be shooting into the front line, getting some good damage value here. In the middle, Noculus is going to be getting spotted. I'm not sure what the play of Noculus is here. So Noculus will go through. He has hunger. So if he is able to push into the front line, he is going to be getting shot, taking a big punch to the face here from some Huntsmen. He does have 95 armor, no shield to speak of, but if he does get through into the front line up against the Huntsman, shuts those down, he is forcing them back, so some good work there. Cannons will be fine, so the carronades are coming through now, and hopefully should be shooting. So a nice summon in the back as well. So very good work here from Be'lakor. He will be coming to the front, summoning in behind, so trapping in this unit of Huntsman. So some really good micro coming in there. And that's why we are going to be shooting into the back up against the deckhand mobs and the zombie pirate bombers. We do have the Sirens coming into the side, coming with their terror and physical resistance. They are going to be popping onto the Empire Knights. We're getting that negative there due to fear, but as we can see, we might see the Sirens just shutting down the Spearmen. Shut down the infantry here, shut down as well the micro coming in from the side. These Empire Knights are going to destroy the Scurvy Dogs. You need to get some guns over here dealing with the Empire Knights. If you do manage to remove the mobility of the Empire, they could struggle. They could definitely struggle here. So bombers in the front line doing some good damage value up against the Huntsman, but as you can see, this arrow fire coming in the back, coming in with his bomber ability here, Grand Shield of Faith, as well as the Battle Prayers here coming to the melee attack as well. And see, shattered unit of Huntsmen, very good stuff there. We do still have the summon of the zombie pirate decker mobs in the back. And where is the big boys? The big boys are in the back. Looks like we have a banishment going in the back here. Yeah, banishment in the back, probably going to hit a lot of his own units there. Bombers will be going down, breaking units of Scurvy Dogs, Burning Head here in the side. Like it came down, hitting the zombie pirate decker mobs, and just missing over here as well. So banishment in the back, I'm not sure what that was to deal with. Maybe that was to deal with the Sirens. But really nice bombardment ability here coming on top of the Empire Knights as well. Some good targeting there. As you can see, oh my god, Vault of the Grim is struggling. The 4 units of Carronades could really destroy him there. If he is able to protect these Carronades, they could do some brilliant damage. We are seeing the Sirens fighting up against the Spearmen with shields. And it looks like the Swordsmen here are going to be struggling due to the terror and fear. In the back though, what's going on here? So it looks like Invitational Heck is going to be healing the Scurvy Dogs. You need those guys to be chasing off the Huntsmen. They absolutely must chase. Gun's going to be shooting with the silver bullets into the backside of these dogs though, but once they're gone, and the zombie pirate decker mobs here will be getting into the front lines. So some very good summons there, and some really good work coming out of Void Lulls. Really shutting down and stopping them from getting on top of the cannons. But over here on the flank, we do have some units. We do need to see the zombie pirate handgunners turning around and firing straight into the flanks here of the Empire Knights. If they do hop onto the Carronades will go down exceptionally quickly. Guns are going to be firing into the front line up against the stacked Huntsmen and silver bullets. And what do we have here? Is this going to be a Burning Head? So Burning Head here up against the Doggos and up against a unit of zombie pirate decker mobs, but it looks like it's going to be coming into the Sigma Suns as well. Bombers need to be hitting these Sigma Suns. These guys are unbreakable. They need to be a big target. In the back here, looks like we have some Sirens. Sirens are going to be getting healed, getting some good value there. These guys have a very low hit pool as they are ethereal. They do have a 75% weakness there to physical attacks, but the magic here coming from Vault means he will hit through that. Carronades are going to be trying to hit here against Vault of the Grim. They're not super accurate, but they still should be able to do some good damage value if they do hit. That's if. But we do have a broken unit of Empire Knights at the back. So they've been able to shut down there. So some really good work. We do have this over-flanking force coming over here. Just the guns here to protect. We do need to see the gunnery mobs turning around and getting into the spearmen. Really stopping them from... We've already lost 1 Carronade here. Carronades are going to be super important. It's like Flame Sword Rune going down in this pocket, just giving them the nice magic attack as well to deal with the Sirens. So some good push away from the Sirens, meaning that magic attack not going to be too effective here. Some Huntsmen will be shooting into the pocket, but over here, let's have a look. We do have Bellicor trying to shut down Vault of the Grim. These Sirens are really trying to push away, but we have the Flaming Wizard nice and close. The Bright Wizard is going to be trying to help, but not going to be able to do too much. We do have a broken unit of handgunners. These guys have been terrified. They will be coming back into the mixture though. Need to get some damage value and shut them down. Even if it trades the Sirens, good damage value. They have magic ammunition, which is going to make them very good at shutting down Sirens anyway. Empire Knights in the back. These guys need to get in the back here and shut down against these Carronades. Where is Count Oculus? Count Oculus will be healing with hunger when he is in melee combat, but he's going to be coming alongside these zombie pirate decker mobs. And as we can see here, we should be able to get some good clear up here in the back. So what could be very good here, if he does push on and gets too close, you can drop the crews and push them away, giving yourself more time for your guns to help. But he has broken 1, 2, 3 units here. 4 units have been broken. Burning Head here going down up against the zombie pirate decker mobs. And it will be going here into the bombers as well. Good Burning Head here coming out of Ruffle Shuffle. Sorry, I want to call you Ruffle Shuffle, but you're not Ruffle Shuffle, it's Riffle Shuffle. So we have a shattered unit of Huntsmen coming off with another unit of Spearmen, which will be leaving the battlefield. And as we can see, it is starting to come into the VC favour. Where is the big J Griffin? So he is here. Peter Griffin coming through here on his nice big chariot. He will be healing just a little bit, as you can see. He does get some good healing, 8 per second here, but he's going to be coming close-ish to his healing cap. We still have the magic damage, armor piercing, silver bullets online. These guys do some very good damage value. As you see, the cannon's going to be firing into the nice big hitboxes of the Empire Knights. Some good targets here for the zombie pirate decker and handguns. If these guys are able to get some good damage value against the Empire Knights, remove that mobility, could really spell win here for the VP. In the back, though, we do have the swordsmen. They will be pushing in, but these guns just proving devastational to this front line. These guys will be getting negative there to under fire. I can't quite see what's negative to fire they will be getting. So -8 by the looks. Yeah, -8 from the fear. And no, it looks like it's -5 under the missile fire. So still quite a lot there. So with fear on top of that, there's a -13 to leadership. That's quite a lot. Balance of power still pushing for the VP. Shattered unit of swordsmen. Spearmen will be going off as they're very close. Swordsmen here are broken, but they're not doing anything. I think they're glitched. They have shattered. Okay, so shattered units. So bring back your zombie pirate mobs there. The only reason this army is holding is the fact that Voltmar is healing. But we do have some handguns. The handguns are going to be firing into the front line here of the zombie pirate handgunners, but the handgunners are going to be shooting Voltmar the Grim. You need to be getting these spearmen here to shut them down. It's like a banishment is going to be going down on the back. What can we see here? Looks like the zombie pirate mobs are going to be running away. That banishment will be going away from Voltmar. So if you don't know how the banishment works or any spells like this, whichever direction Voltmar is casting it, so if it does cast here, it has gone in this direction initially, and then from there it's random. As you can see, we do actually have the Sigma Suns popping on top of the Carronades. Sigma Suns have one model left with 5 HP, so once he's gone, that can continue. We do see Voltmar the Grim here in the middle, 1.7k HP. Looks like there's about 300-400 left of healing there. As you can see, the very healthy Cywings with their nice terror will be able to terrify the swordsmen and push those off. You can see shattering units all over the place. That will be army losses, except for Voltmar the Grim getting absolutely smashed here by the handguns, and a really good game here coming out of Void Lulls with the VP. What a brilliant game between these guys. Some fantastic stuff coming from both players. I want to say really well done to Rickle Shuffle. Seeing him today has been brilliant. Really awesome games from him. Thank you very much for playing today, bro. It was very nice to see you here today. So 60 kills, 1.3k damage value for Voltmar the Grim, 79 kills for 600 damage value for the Bright Wizard. Frontline really struggled here, but 450 here for the Spearmen, 220 here, 261, and 98 for the Swordsman. 368 damage value for the Halberdiers, 171 kills, only 440 damage value for the Sigma Sun Swordsman, 29, 370, 200, 150, and also 282 here for the Huntsman. 788 for the Silver Bullets, and 550 and 340 for the Empire. So most of this really struggling, unfortunately, just onto this mass fire here from Be'lakor. Be'lakor, 350 damage value for Noculus, but that's not going to be more valuable than you think. He very early on shattered a unit here of Huntsman. This one here for 29 damage value. Frontline doing okay for itself, obviously it being cheaper and still getting some good damage value. 135 kills, 930 damage value from the Sirens. 40 kills for 680. Bombers 680 and 800. These guys are still exceptionally good considering their nerf. 700 damage value for the zombie pirate handgunners. 970 as well, and 95 kills for 800. So good work. 530, only 31 kills. 31 damage value here for these Scurvy Dogs. Didn't see what happened to those, but still 600 damage value for these Scurvy Dogs. Scurvy Dogs exceptional here in this matchup. 770, 505, 1,270, and 1.6 here from the Carronades. The quad Carronades really coming through and paying for themselves here today. Very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Alright, so we'll get a Rubber Duck of War in here today. He will be playing in the final. Let's get a nice invite in there for him. So some really good stuff. So what did you guys think of the build? Did you guys enjoy the quad Carronade build? Because I think it was a really good build here from Void. Really, really, really good stuff. Jacob Patterson. Oh yeah, how you doing, Practor? Great game there. Ruffle Shuffle's army looked like it was expecting crabs. I think if you were expecting more crabs, I would have seen more halberdiers. For sure. Can you invite? Lobby is full. Oh, I thought I did just invite. My bad, buddy. It might be glitched, to be fair. It might be glitched. Yeah, well played to both players there. Really, really, really good stuff. But how you doing today, Practor? I hope you're doing well today, bro. I probably would have expected more halberdiers if you thought you were seeing crabs. I think you tried to go really, really wide expecting guns. Yeah, the quad Carronades was a really nice play. And the thing is, that's only a really nice play if you can protect those quad Carronades. If he'd gone more cavalry, that could have been really, really bad to deal with. You know, if you'd gone like maybe 4 units of Empire Knights, it could have been really difficult to shut that down and stop it. Alright, so we have the two big guys coming here today. So a Rubber Duck of War coming up against Void Lols here in the final of Season 2, Week 4 of BattleMania. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed yourself. We're here in the final. This is where I get to announce the nice big prize coming for next week. So we will be seeing a Rubber Duck of War, and we will be seeing Void Lols 100% coming through to next week's Invitational. And the rest of you will be posted there on the Discord, so do keep your eyes peeled for tonight. But we're going to go through the prize here. What is going to be the prize for next week? So we have two options. So there's two things you can win next week. So if you haven't already ordered Total War Warhammer 3, that is going to be the prize here for the end of next week. You will win Total War Warhammer 3. It will be pre-ordered for you and will be sent to you for free. You will win it from myself. I will pay for it all myself, and you guys can win that there. If you've already ordered it for yourself, no problem. What I will be doing is I'll be giving you the cash prize instead. So that's what you guys can be winning. I'll probably give you guys the option of what you'd like. So we'll go through that, but that's pretty much Total War Warhammer 3 will be the prize for next week, so hopefully that'll be some really cool things for you guys to play for. But yeah, both of these guys doing very, very well for themselves, and coming through to the final yet again. Both veterans here. Rubber Duck of War winning the very first BattleMania ever, and I think Be'lakor has the most wins in BattleMania history. Let's have a look. No, Void does. Yes. Yes, that's correct, Ducky. The map is, I can see, River Amazon. Oh, alright, sorry. Napoleon would be proud. So yeah, hopefully that's a prize for you guys worth playing for, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So here, we'll go through both of these guys again for you today. So Be'lakor, of course, otherwise known as Void, is a very good VC player and a good greenskin player. Loves both of those factions, plays them very well. A Rubber Duck of War here is, of course, a good Lizardman player and a very good Wood Elf player. So it looks like here we are going to have VC banning High Elves and Wood Elves. So obviously Rubber Duck of War is going to ban one of his top two, but do you bring Lizardmen in this matchup? You certainly can. Mixer, I wonder if I did make it. There's a possibility. There's a possibility. You were 4th, Mixer, with 325. So Caradoc played and did well. I think Biblington played. I don't know how many points he got. If all of these guys got a minimum of 75 points, so Sherfarazm did well. He got at least 100. Caradoc got 150. I don't know. I think Biblington got 50. I think he got 75, which means you two are on even, and a Rubber Duck of War's done well. So there's a chance you might, but it all depends. There's a few people that got 200 as well. So I think you're still in within a chance, Mixer. I think you're still in with a chance. Oh, no problem, dude. No problem. I totally understand that. I totally understand. We did miss you today. We did miss you, but hopefully we'll be seeing you next week. And guys, the way it works, if you do get a couple of people, so what happened last time is we had Sherfarazm. We also had Lunacy and Rusky Jim from VM. Those three did go even on points for that 7th and 8th position. So those guys, before all the stream started, they did play up against each other. And 2 of them went through to the final. Ooh, okay. Okay, I like this. And this makes me happy. So, why do I like this? Dowie are pretty good here up against the Undead. This is a 50-50, I think. I think at the top level, it's tough to say. I think it probably slightly favours Counts. Mid-level, even. Lower level, I think most people, it favours the Dowie at the lower level. Be'lakor, of course, is at the top level with Rubber Duck of War. So this could be a very even matchup, but I know he does love his Dowie. So he's a good Dowie player. He's definitely one of his top 5 factions. So it could be interesting. But guys, we're on the final, and of course, I'll ask one more time. If you haven't already and you are enjoying this, please leave it a like. And if, of course, you are enjoying all of the content here, please think about subscribing. It really does mean more than you guys think. Just a small like or just a subscribe, so you can see all of the content here coming on the channel and all the good things. I don't like asking for it, but it's kind of my job. But if you do, then of course, please do that as well. Haven't seen this in a long time. Yeah, I know. I was saying this earlier. We had the chat. There was Wood Elves, VP. So in this last matchup, there was Wood Elves, VP, and I think Norska were the 3 picks. And then he banned Wood Elves. And there was the Dowie pick was available. And Dowie against Wood Elves and Dowie here against VP would have been a very good pick. But he decided to go Empire. And I thought it was a bit of a weird pick, because I think Dowie was the right pick, for sure. But the problem is if you're not comfortable with Dowie can be quite difficult to play at a very top level, because it's actually more micro-intensive than people think, and you've really got to, because obviously you don't have too much mobility. So here there's lots of things, and with Dowie, if you go hardcore in any particular way, if you go hardcore infantry, you go hardcore, like I've got a really good build here for dealing with VC. So I normally go quite elite infantry, and I bring a double engineer, and I also go flash bomb with Grombrindle. I do actually hope Grombrindle's in the chat, because Ducky is doing well for you here, bro. But yeah, I normally go elite build like that, where I have a unit of the ROR Slayers. I also have Hammer Frontline with the ROR Hammerers, and then I bring in Iron Breakers with the ROR Iron Breakers as well. And then I also bring in the ROR Dwarf Warriors with their anti-infantry, bonus infantry, flaming attacks, which are very good up against regen, of course. And that is very difficult sometimes for VC to deal with. The other way you could do it is you can go mass wide gun line. So you can go like lots of Bugmans, lots of Rangers, and you can sit in the back and try and just out trade their swarm. You go nice wide cheap front line with blasting charges and miners, and just hold and just try and outshoot all of their Fellbats and all of the other good bits and bobs, and you can try to do it that way. We're very interested to see how Ducky plays this. I prefer the first method, where you go a little bit more elite infantry front line, and you have like you actually have the fiery ring of Tories, which if you get those on top of the engineers, they're really good at dealing with chaff. And then you just use their guns to shoot either the vampire lord on top of the dragon, or you can use them to shoot the black coaches. All sorts of good plays you can do with those engineers. Yeah, some really good stuff. Also, something that's also a little bit underrated in that matchup, if you are the Dowie player, is actually bringing Bugman Rangers with their regen. They actually have expert charge defense against large, and they also have that really nice regen and stalk, so they can just sit in that little box. So you can bring 1 or 2 units, and they are quite expensive, but they are very good at just continuously peppering up against the back line here. You have like it forces the VC player to continuously keep moving. You can't keep them comfortable. You cannot allow them to keep comfortable. So what am I expecting from Bellicor here? I'm expecting a pretty similar army. I'm going to expect the Blooded Dragon Vampire Lord. I'm probably going to expect the Terror Goose for sure. You're going to be seeing both of those for their breath attacks. You might be seeing a double Vargolf as well. Vargolfs are good in this matchup. But obviously if you do those 3, I don't know if you can bring a Black Coach as well. You might be able to, but double Black Coach is good for sure. Double Black Coach is pretty good in this matchup. Alright, one of my favourite, this is definitely one of my favourite maps. I really like this. You've got trees all around. I actually lost against a really good player on here. I played VP up in this pocket. He played Avalon up against me, had his tree build in the back, Vanguard, and pushed me in the back and just completely surrounded me. Really good plays. But you got trees all over the place. You can do all sorts of things. It doesn't particularly favour VC too much on this map. It's really wide and open. But if Ducky plays this right, he can find himself in a nice patch. We did see, I can't remember who it was, but we had a really nice play up here. Who brought the greenskins up here? I can't remember who brought the greenskins here. Was it Void? Was it Void? It might have been Void that had the greenskins up here. and then obviously had VC into the Greenskins. Brought Hex Race, etc., and he tried to keep pushing through, but frontline was super slow to wrap around onto this nice hill. He had Black Orcs front line, he had all sorts of magic damage, and it was a difficult battle. Yeah, Mixer, if you're wondering if you are going to be making it here to the BattleMania Invitational, just check on the Discord tonight, and I'll be putting up tonight who got what points. It may take an hour or two after I finished the stream. Alright, so it looks like we're doing the damage over here on this side. They have 3, so it looks like it's not super elite, but pretty wide. Ooh, so we have some Iron Drakes. Right, let's go. So, alright, so we do have the Thane, which comes through for his ring there, which does give a fire weakness. We also have Grombrindle, of course, with Flash Bomb, Foe Seeker, and Grombrindle has no fear. We also have the Master Engineer here, who does come with his fiery ring of Tori. We have some miners with blasting charges here in the front. So it looks like 3 units of those. We have some Dwarf Warriors for some nice good front line. And I think we saw... Right, so some Giant Slayers, the Dragon Back Slayers. Oh, we have a Flame Cannon coming in. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. Flame Cannon can be very good up against Graveguard. We have some Iron Drakes as well. The use of Iron Drakes are very good. And yeah, looks to be quite a large front line with some good flame attacks. Also given the -8 leadership as well to the Iron Drakes due to burnt and some nice flaming attacks. In the front line, so looks like we are going to be... Corpse Carts coming in today. So zombies in the front line, just like 5 units of nice cheap zombies. And we also have lots of Graveguard, great weapons. So we have 2 here, some Sternsman Graveguard, some more great weapons, and some more great weapons. So 4 units of great weapons, 1 unit of Sternsman, very expensive there. With the Lemelian Vampire Lord here today. So the Lemelian Vampire Lord has some very different stuff. So Seduction, very good for the 40-meter radius, negative speed and negative melee attack. Also has lightning reflexes and interesting Crown of Command. Big Acer in the chat. How you doing, bro? Online today, one of my longest followers. So the Scepter of Stability here for the magic resistance. I'm not too sure why he's got that on. Maybe it's free, but definitely not useful here against the Dowie, I don't think. Raise the Dead. Oh, again. Sorry, guys. Raise the Dead there for the Zombie Summons, Invocation of the Heck, and the Breath attacks with the regen. We do have, of course, some Fellbats flying about. So what have we got over here? Is that zombies or is that Crypt Ghouls? Yeah, Crypt Ghouls on the flank for that nice fear. And anything else here? Just some more units of Fellbats. Crypt Ghouls on the flanks. And looks like we do have a Vargolf, and we have a Necromancer for stroking his rod. He's here on top of the Corpse Cart. So he has the Forbidden Rod of Stroking. Dance Macabre as well, okay. And Master of the Dead. He also has Vigorous Mortis with the +5 melee defense, +5 melee attack. I'm sure that's what you have for the Corpse Cart over here as well. Corpse Cart also has regen. Okay, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Keep that alive and you keep that in the front line, and your Graveguard Great Weapons can do some really good work. So this is what I really like here. This is a good partnership. If you do have the Thane in the front line alongside the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, these guys are bonus versus infantry, anti-infantry, massive 50 melee defense with their fire attacks. Look at these, fantastic. You can't really see them too well here, but they do have flaming attacks. They do have their fire axes. You can't see it too well, unfortunately, but he does have his ring for the 22% fire resistance. In the back, you do have the Vampire Lord coming with the lightning reflexes, just flying around trying to distract all of these forces. He is going to be coming after the flame cannon, I think. But if he lands here... Oh, is that a zombie summon? I think that's a zombie summon. Yeah, very good stuff. Zombie summon. Oh, skeleton summon will be coming down. Flame in the back there up against him. He doesn't have regen, but the flame attacks will do relatively well. Oh, that could be lots of damage up against his own units of flame cannon infantry there to guard against that. But the Vargolf is in the side. Vargolf with the Fellbats. They're just going to be in position once his front line does come. But as you can see, that crossfire flame is going to be big here up against these skeleton warriors. If you do have the flame cannon here, oh my god, the flame cannon is super struggling. But if the flame cannon does manage to get some shots, it can pretty much, like 2 or 3 shots can just destroy a unit of Graveguard pretty comfortably. we do have the Vampire Lord. If he can keep this Flame Cannon shut down, very good work. We do have the Vargolf at the back. The Vargolf, if it is allowed to be here, can really do some good damage up against the Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes will do some extra damage here up against him as he does his regen. I'm not sure what that spell was, but this Flame Cannon is going to struggle if you're not careful. We do have another Skeleton Warrior summon here in the pocket, and he's going to be fighting up against the Iron Drakes. In the front line, blasting charges everywhere here up against these zombies, and Dwarf Warriors will be going up against zombies, really removing their vigor. In the flanking, we have some criticals. These guys are relatively fast for the Undead, 38 speed for these guys, so not too bad there. Flamethrowers here in the back going to be getting some good damage up against the Fellbats. Notice the Fellbats are going to juke it. Good work there. Double Flames coming through though should do some good work here up against the criticals. But something are going to be targeting the Vampire Lord. We do actually have the nice speed here coming with the Vargolf. Vargolf is going to have to retreat. If he does hit the Giant Slayers, that could be really bad for him. Zombie summon in the back, I think, here. Yeah, oh, Skeleton Warrior summon. Sorry, I keep saying zombie summon. But, yeah, so it is going to be healing for the criticals. Invocation and Hate going down, but the Giant Slayer is going to do some very good work here up against the Vargolf. Front line here, we do have the Necromancer coming in. Flames into the front line, doing some good damage up against the Graveguard. Graveguard will be chomping here up against the Master Engineer. Master Engineer is going to get pushed on. He doesn't have Entrench though, so you're not going to give himself that physical resistance, but we do have the Dragonbite Slayers coming in. Look at that crossfire there coming in from the Flame Cannons. Absolutely exceptional here up against the Vampire Lord. Lightning Reflex is going off with a plus 24% speed, but also going to get the negative speed here from the Dragonbite Slayers of negative 36. Over here in the front line is going to be won by Graveguard, great weapons. There's pretty much nothing to stop them. They do need the continual support of the Iron Drakes, and this is the problem with the Iron Drakes. If the Iron Drakes are firing in the back up against the Vampire Lord, the front will lose to the great weapons. If they're firing up in the great weapons, you'll lose the back line and just the Vampire Lord. So you have to really pick your battles here and decide who and where you want to win against. Still relatively even here in the front line. There's a good damage value. Looks like they are going to be chomping in up against the Graveguard, but this one, Dance Macabre going down for the plus 24 melee attack. Very good here, doing some good damage early in this pocket. As you can see here, the Vampire Lord is just going to be getting ready maybe for a breath attack here down the line. Yeah, very good work there up against the Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes, Gunbrood has no fear for the Unbreakable as well. He will be, so 1.1k HP left, 125 armor for the Iron Drakes. These guys are super tanky. Super tanky. So we do have some skeletons in the back trying to fire up against the Iron Drakes. And as you can see, we do have that really nice dragon with flame attacks here coming into his flank. Grudges left, right, and centre. And as you can see, the Sternsmen, who actually have regen, which we're having a fire weakness, are going to be fighting up against the Thane and the Warriors of the Dragonfire Pass. There's a very interesting engagement here for Void. In the back though, the zombies have managed to push off through the Fierce and Miners, and they will be coming through to the flanks, and it is going to slowly start to shut down the back line of the Dowie. Still relatively even, roughly slightly pushing here in the VC favour. They do need to take care either of the Vampire Lord or take care here of the Vargolf. They need to take care of one, but it's going to be very difficult when you have annoying Fellbats all over the place. These guys are so irritating with their 44 melee defense. Coming through the back though, winning the front will be the Graveguard, and unfortunately here losing on all fronts, going to be a ginormous pain here. Vampire Lord will be in the back coming up against the Master Engineer. Master Engineer is going to get pushed over, so not taking too much damage there. But in the back we have some more. 2 units of Graveguard with great weapons popping into this back line. We do have a very healthy Gromby though. Can Gromby do what Gromby does best, which is kill big things? Gromby will be smashing into the Vargolf. Invocation of the Heck going down, will be getting that healing. Vargolf will be running away, but look at this collapse. This collapse is just incredible. The front line will be holding though here, as you can see. Stanton will be losing up against, which is some interesting work there. But in the back, you are going to see Gromby trying to do all the work he possibly can. Gromby is unbreakable and can do some good damage value here, but the great weapons. Oh, Flash Bomb going down. Negative 24 melee defense, negative speed as well, just allowing his Dowie to get away just for the moment. I don't know if it's going to help with the speed of the Vampire Lord and the Vargolf in the back. We do see some Miners coming back into the mix, but unfortunately Gromby here getting surrounded will cause the end. It would be quite good if he can take care of the Corpse Cart, but the Giant Slayers along with Gromby will be going down here in this pocket. Well played to Void, he's played really well here in this first game. Interesting engagement over here, not too sure the rationale there, but as you can see, Army Losses will be coming through with the Thane. They will be breaking and shattering. Only going to be Gromby left here. Will Gromby be fighting to the end though is the question. He's going to be getting chomped here up against the Vampire Lord. Vargolf coming in as well. It's going to have a good overview of Gromby as he fights here to the end. coming through this big axe. He is coming for that booty. As you see the Vargolf coming in for the nice big slap. Grumby will take none of that, and that will be in the book. As you can see, he will be coming for that vengeance. Grumby is going to be slapping him up against the corpse guard. The nice charges here coming in. Seduction going down for the negative 24 melee attack and negative 24% speed. Dowie shattering left, right, and centre, and it's super sad to see, but it's really nice to see the Sternsmen did go down. They will be dying here just momentarily. They're still going to be healing, even though I didn't know they could heal whilst they were debilitating. Didn't know that. But they have gone down and they have died, so some really good work here from Ducky. But in the middle, you are going to see, unfortunately. So the Scepter ability, not just, oh, of course, so the magic there will be very good up against Grombrindle. I see. Yeah, that was silly of me. I didn't see that. That's why the Scepter's pretty good there. Very good work. I think you'll be checking out. I think you'll be starting out in eighth position. I think. Yeah, Big Sir. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be between you and Bear and who goes to the final. So GG's, yeah, really good stuff. Grumby coming in 1.1k damage value, 216 for the Thane, 1000 damage value for the Master Engineer. Good work. Really good stuff. Blast charges in the front, 280, 150, and 370. 350, 160, and 285 for the Dwarf Warriors. And 720 value for the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. 830 damage value for the Dragonback Slayers. And 181 kills, 1,350 damage value for the Giant Slayers. 774 for the Iron Drakes. 1,359 and also 450 for the Iron Drakes. With only 1 damage value for the Flame Cannon. That's really sad to see. That is a grudging. That is the biggest grudging I've ever seen, and that makes me sad. But 30 kills, 2,381 damage value for the Vampire Lord. The rod-stroking big Necromancer here for 75 damage value. 610 for the Crib Ghouls, doing pretty well there, 660 as well. 740 for the Graveguard Great Weapons, 100 kills for 800 damage value. 1,091 damage value for the Graveguard Great Weapons, 121 kills for 1,010. Only 680 damage value for the Sternsmen. A really interesting engagement there. Pretty much one of the worst engagements they could have taken there, alongside the Thane and also the... where are they? The Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. They have a negative 25% due to fire, and on top of the Thane's Ring, it gives them a negative 47% with those fire damage. So interesting stuff there. 250 and 14 damage value for the Fellbats, 900 damage value for the Vargolf, and obviously you're going to get nothing from the Corpse Car. So really good work there, really good stuff coming from Void. 1-0 to him here in the open stage. Second map here today will be MP iPound Ridge. So let's get that here locked in and ready to go. MP iPound Ridge. So I think here we're probably going to be seeing some lizards. I think we're going to be seeing some lizards for sure. What would you have done as the Dowie then Big Bear or Migso or anybody else in the chat? What would you have done as the Dowie? What would you have brought? How would you have changed that matchup for the win? What would you have done? How would you go about dealing with that? Oh. I would have not played the Dowie. Fair enough. Alright, so that's how we're going to have Lizardman. Banning Skaven and Empire. 2 very good bans. So I think here if Void is a good Wood Elf player, you can see Wood Elves here. Or you could even see a Lizardman mirror match. I think if Void really wants to get in his head, you really want to be coming here with the Lizardman mirror match. Yeah, also apology guys, I had to eat something. I haven't eaten since I got home. I finished work about 6. I haven't eaten since lunch, which was 12:30. So I haven't eaten in 9.5 hours. So I'm very hungry. I don't normally like to eat on stream, but I'm super hungry. Also, guys, I have a big question for you, and I will be leaving it in chat. Guess it will VP. Oh, how you doing, Alec Roman? Nice to see you. Nice to see you here today, bro. Alec Rao, very, very good player. He's played a few times in my tournaments, and he's done very well for himself. Were you turning this into a mukbang? I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is, Big Bear. I don't know if I want to know what that is. Can you tell me in a PC way what that means, please? So Alec, as you're on stream, tell me what happened between you and Caradoc. What was the matchup? What happened? That would have been an epic game there. Oh, by the way, guys, for anybody watching today, if you do have any excellent matchups here that came before the live stream on today's on today's BattleMania, do send them through there onto the Discord. Any good battles, send them through for casting, and all of those battles. I will eventually get around to all of them and casting them all. But if you'd like to see yourself on the channel, do post them up. Do post them up. And even if it's a loss, do not be afraid of sending in a loss, because also it just helps educate the community as well. And also, here's one thing for you guys. If you do bring in a loss, you're more likely to actually get on the channel than if you do actually post a win. So if you just post wins all the time and you just post where you're just absolutely crushing a guy, like, you know, people don't want to see you just absolutely crush somebody. Sometimes people just want to see a really good close matchup. It's Korean for eating food. Oh, there's such a thing as an eating food screen? No way. Huh. I've heard about virtual dates where people like eat together on a virtual date for the first time. I've heard about that sort of thing, but I've never heard of a Korean stream for eating food. I thought you were about to give me some weird stuff, man. There's going to be some weird thing going on there, like some mukbang was going to be some... I don't even know if I should say that on the stream, because I don't know what that means, man. You're about to get me like banned from YouTube or something, you know? Alright. So TK here are going to be up against the Dinos. There's lots of good things here you can do on both sides. Sneaky Snakes are of course very, very good. You also got some good Tomb Guard Halberds, which are very good at dealing with large dinos. You've also got some really good artillery pieces. You do have the Screaming Memes, which are very good and cheap at dealing with good infantry front lines. But more importantly, you do have the... it's escaped my brain now. But you also have the other artillery piece. It's very good with its magic spreading shots. Listen, you behave, Big Bear. You behave. I wouldn't surprise me if you came up with some sneaky strats, man, to get me here. Nah, Bear's a good guy. Bear's a good guy. Got some a few games of Bear as well, so if you guys do want to see Big Bear playing on the channel, there's quite a few ones on there of him as well, playing some really cool games, playing some Wood Elves, some High Elves, and some good stuff from him. It's the streams where women whisper in mics, people like the sounds. Oh, what's that called? There's a word for that. There's a word where people like listening to the sounds of things and stuff, isn't there? There's a... I can't remember the acronym for it, but there's a thing that people like, right? I have heard about that. Oh, you take that innocent face out of here, man. You take that out of here. You take that out of here. Oh dear. But yeah, guys, for everybody in here, please also do get involved. I have a lot. So basically, what I'm going to be doing, BattleMania will stay Friday every single week. Yes, that's the one, Big Bear. That's the one. I won't say it on the channel because I don't know, but that's the one there in the chat. One tournament a week. I'll be doing. Oh, hey, how you doing, Courtney? How you doing? Nice to see you here today. I haven't seen you in a while, to be fair. Nice to see you here back on the channel. So once a week here, I will be doing a random tournament where it might be the sub-faction tournament, or I do actually have a sub-commanders tournament I really want to get kicked off as well, which would be really, really good fun when I get all the rules ready together with some good... I definitely need some help there with the rules, with some of the help of Jay Phoenix and co, with some referees. And then also we'll have BattleMania every single Friday as well. So we'll have one tournament where it's like a bit of a random, and maybe we'll have a King of the Hill sort of thing, and all of that sort of thing going on. And then obviously BattleMania every Friday. So we'll have 2 different tournaments every single week. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. So for you guys that may be joining, it's going to be 1-0 here to Talcor up against a Rubber Duck of War. Should be some very interesting plays going on here. Alright, ooh, I think we have quite the elite build here. But as we can see, so we are going to be having the Thunderous One, Ancient Stegodon. Probably one of my favourite units here for the Lizard Men. He comes in with the Judgment of Umac, which is exceptional in melee combat. Having those artillery strikes come down all around him, very thematic, looks extremely awesome. We also have the Double Pterodon Riders, Flyleech Bowlers in the back. Flyleech Bowlers very good with their flaming attacks, and also here exceptional at dealing with that explosive anti-infantry. Also we have the triple threat as well with the Carnosaur, and also, oh no, we don't have Master Mundi. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Kroq-Gar. So Kroq-Gar here will be having Hand of the Gods, Swiftness of Itzel, Deadly Onslaught, Scared Spawns of Exotl for the physical resistance and vigor, and obviously Cold-Blooded with Frenzy. So the triple threat coming through here, and so we have a beast of Escape Priest of Beasts. So he'll be having Transmutation of Gadon, Pan's Impenetrable Pelt, which would be very good there, and a Flock of Doom. I think he wants a little bit stronger. Obviously bring a Kroq-Gar because I think that people want to see Kroq-Gar, but I actually think if you bring Master Mundi, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit stronger. So Saurus Spears here with the shields on the side. So we have some skin cohorts with javelins and some normal skin cohorts to make it nice and wide. Saurus with shields here in the middle, and also we have some more skin cohorts. Yeah, that looks to be it there. So in the front we do have the Carrion, which is going to be scouting here. Oh my god. So we have a box here today, and do we have a box? So we have the ROR Eyes of the Desert coming here with these sneaky snakes. These snakes do have some poison and armor-piercing missile strength, and the nice bonus large anti-large weapon strength, so very good stuff. Old box has been moved forward. So we have some Tomb Guard Halberds here on each flank by the looks. Oh no, so we have the RR Kepler Guard in the back, and the Tomb Guard Halberds here as well. Double Necrotech here, which both have Restore, of course. Oh, the other one is coming with some different things. But also we do have the Van Braces of the Sun for the fire damage. Oh, the Stone Shaper as well for the increased missile resistance and armor. And also we have the Wrath of the Creator. This is what I couldn't remember. We have a Casket Assault. It's just exceptional in general. Archon the Black on foot. So Archon the Black, a very weird one here, but he has the Two Blade of Archon. He also has Staff of Nagash, the Liber Mortis, which is exceptional, Soul Blight, Spirit Leech, My Will Be Done, and the Curse. We also have the big Hero Titan today. The Hero Titan, a wicked guy that comes with Shem's Burning Gaze, as well as Spirit Leech. He also has the Spirit Conduit, which gives increased Winds of Magic. This box build could be incredibly difficult here to deal with. We need to use the Carrion here to block up against the Pterodon Riders, Flyleech Bowlers in the back. Flyleech Bowlers could do very well. So Flock of Doom can do some really good damage here against this box build, and that's what's going to be very good here. Is it overcasted? I didn't see if it was overcasted, but it could do some really good damage value. Let's look at this spread shot. Let's go along this scour with it. It is going to be shooting here up against these Saurus Warriors with shields. This triple threat, though, is going to be dangerous. And when I mean dangerous, I mean very dangerous. If they do get into this pocket, most of this is going to die. And it's going to die relatively hard. I didn't know what that is. Oh, it looks like it was an overcast that hit himself there. And it looks like that was a overcasted Spirit Leech there on top of Kroq-Gar. Pardon me. So we do have the Feral Carnosaur getting smashed here up against the Eyes of the Desert. Do they have Stalk? I think they do. Yes, they have Stalk. I thought they had Stalk. So these big bad boys are going to be coming in. We do have the skink cohort javelins. Javelins here firing straight into the front line of the bonus first large anti-large armor piercing. Tomb Guard could be some very good work. But as you can see, some really good work here coming out of the casket souls. There's a good damage up against the sword right in the front line. Ooh, not sure. I think that was a Shem's Burning Gaze, was it? That looked like a Shem's Burning Gaze. Looks like it missed. Surely that can't have been. Surely can't have been, because I don't know why he would have targeted the skin cohort. But as you see, the Capra Guard really weak in the back. This they will be healing over time, nice and slowly. But as you can see, summon in the front, you are going to be summoning Skeleton Warriors to deal with the Saurus Warriors. Just split them up a bit so you don't have to deal with all the infantry all at the same time. Some of these Saurus Warriors are going to drop in, but you are going to have the spears getting involved, which is some interesting stuff. So you are going to be getting shots here out of the Thunderous One HP Sigadon. That shots there will be nice poison with 786 missile strength. So no joke at all here. But some big targets coming into the Skink Priest. He's going to be overcasting, and he will be overcasting a very nice Flock of Doom. Flockodon going in the middle doing some very good damage running up against this infantry. This box has to stay nice and tight, but that is the problem. What is shooting him here? I'm not sure what's shooting him and causing all that damage. What about seeing him getting out of it? He is down to 400 HP. Oh, Spirit Leech going down. Ah, I see. Okay, that's going to be the damage coming in, and Spirit Leech could finish him off. Spirit Leech has finished. Cold-Blooded will be going down, trying to save the Skink Priest, but the damage has been done. Balance power is even, but you can see Realm of the Souls coming through with that faction-wide healing. But in the back here we go. We do have all the big boys rampaging Carnosaur in the pocket. Bonus first large anti-large armor piercing, going to be smashing straight up against the Hero Titan. We have the bonus first large anti-large Croc Guard here on top of Grimlock. Grimlock and the double Carnosaur coming through with the absolute destruction here on the Hero Titan. Liber Mortis going down for the 44% physical resistance and leadership here. But we do have the Carnosaur just wrecking havoc absolutely everywhere. Soul Blight down for the negative armor and negative base weapon damage. And when you do get that Judgment of UMAC in, this boy is going to be dangerous. We do have the Fire Leech Boulders coming in for their very nice explosive damage. This pocket is going to get destroyed relatively quickly here from the big bad dinos. As you can see on the front line, the Tomb Guard are going to be surrounded by the Skink Cohort and the Brothers of Saurus Warriors. We do have the Thunderous One coming through with that fantastic Judgment of UMAC. If he is able to shut down the Casket of Souls, take this guy off the battlefield, it will be very good here. As you can see, we do see the Capra Guard going down relatively comfortably, and the Eyes of the Desert are going to be struggling, as they are now going to be wavering and really struggling here in this pocket. We do see some Carrion pushing off the unit of Pterodon Riders. We need to see these Skinky boys get in. Get these Skink Cohort in, get them busy. These boys want some vengeance. So in the back, we do see the Eyes of the Desert. He did manage to pull away, but as you can see, Ark in the Black getting what's coming to him for fighting the Cold Ones. He's going to be in the back. He is going to be struggling down to 65 HP. He will be negative 17 leadership and down to 21, and that will be him clocked out. So it'll be negative 16 leadership map wide here. I really love the Thunderous One. I think it's such an S-tier unit. He will be pushing in the back, smashing up against the Eyes of the Desert. Some brilliant work there coming out. And as you can see, rampaging in the front line here with the Saurus Warrior shields. Really starting to calm down now, but the bonus was large, anti-large armor piercing Carnosaur should be doing some good work here up against the Hero Titan. He definitely would have been healed here with the double Necrotech, but where is the other Necrotech? The other Necrotech will be fighting up against the Saurus with really nice spears. As you can see, really struggling on the leadership now. These boys will be struggling very hard, but the Ushopti will come through for the balance of power just to help them out and also get some good damage early. The armor piercing could be good here, but you could really do with their bonus infantry from the front line. It doesn't look like the Saurus Spears will be charging up against the Necrotech still. That battle will go on for eternity here, but the Carnosaur here for the Grimlock on top of Crockgar. Crockgar on top of Grimlock will be staying around, but we are going to lose the one Carnosaur. One of those bad boys will be going down, kiting from the Eyes of the Desert. They will be getting hit by the fast Skink Cohort and keep these guys nice and trapped. Get Grimlock in there. Grimlock is the bad boy of the Cold Ones. He's coming in absolutely no BS given. This guy's going to come through and absolutely shred these Eyes of the Deserts. As you can see, the balance of power is still relatively even. Just like here, what was that? It looks like a Shem's Burning Gaze here coming out of the Hero Titan. I'm not sure. I think that hit the Thunderous One. Well, we are about to lose those sneaky snakes. We have lost also Ark in the Black. It's going to be very difficult here. Once the summon of Ushopti is gone, watch that balance of power really drop and start to become really negative here for the Tomb Kings. we do actually have the engaged unit of Skink Javelins, just keeping these guys nice and wrapped together whilst they over and deal with the Sneaky Snakes. Now the Sneaky Snakes are gone, get these guys in together. That Carnosaur looking very, very broken and very sad sight to see dinos going down here today. As we can see, Hero Titan coming through into the pocket, and we see the brave Saurus Warriors coming through here with the big smash. We'll fight up against the Tomb Guard as well as the Double Necrotech. Hero Titan coming through for that very nice terror. Now we move the psychology here for the Saurus Warriors. They will break to terror, but they're just going to break normally. They're going to break and they're going to rout, and no support for them here. The triple dinos here not doing too much, surprisingly. I want to see these boys get involved as quickly as possible. I'm surprised these Tomb Guard are still doing as well as they are. I'm surprised they're still alive, that front line. But then we're fighting here up against Saurus Warriors. We do have some spears coming through, so we'll get those spears here on top of the Hero Titan for some very good work. So you can see the double dino coming through here with Gromlike and Thunderous One. That's getting a nice, good overlook here. You can see these fantastic boys fighting up against each other. The Hero Titan really going to be smashing with that armor piercing up against the big dino. Gromlike will be bonus for large anti-large armor piercing, as well as the other Carnosaur coming in as well. The triple Carni coming through for the absolute smash on this gigantically fantastic unit. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. Is the Carnosaur still fighting? I don't know how this Carnosaur is still fighting. Down to 600 HP. This Carnosaur is an absolute hero of the dino people. As you see, he has just broken on. He's down to 32 HP. He will be struggling. Armor piercing here and nice fire damage, but he will be dropping here from Void Lols. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Oh, so who's causing these lightnings? So the really nice ability here from... Oh, where is he? Sorry, wrong side. So the Thunderous One is one of my favourite units. When he's in melee combat, what he does is this lightning that goes down from all sides. It was a very interesting build from Void, I might say. Box builds do suffer against things such as... I've now forgotten the spell. Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom is really good. It's area effect damage that damages everything in that 40-meter radius. But the lightning was coming down for the Thunderous One. When he's engaged in melee, lightning drops down all around him. But it doesn't count as missiles, it counts as artillery, which means any range resistance doesn't count. Which means everything gets hit there gets hit with also a nice splash damage. GG's as well. Yeah, good games. But let's drop in here to Bellicor. 1,000 damage value for Arc in the Black. 500 and 400 for the Necrotect, 480 as well as 450 for the double Tomb Guard Halberds. The other one for 70 kills for 440, 220 damage value for the Kepra Guard, 1000 damage value for the Carrion. Good for the Carrion. I don't rate Carrion. Maybe other people do. Yes, I can show you the Flock of Doom damage. Just give me 2 seconds. 1000 damage value here for the Carrion. 1150 damage value for the Ides of the Desert. These guys are exceptional, to be fair. 1200 damage value for the Hero Titan and 48 kills, 700 for the Casket of Souls. Now, that's not always I've seen the Casket of Souls do in a while. Grimlock here with Kroggar on top. 2,400 damage value for this bad boy. 1.6k damage value for the Skink Priest. So that will not include... I don't think he actually brought Transmutation of Gadon. He brought it, but I don't think he used it. I don't remember seeing any... no, there was no Manticore summons, I don't think. So all of that there, so that would have been the 1,600 damage value fully there from just Flock of Doom. So really good stuff there. 104, 290, 1,000 damage value for the Saurus Spears, 200 here, and 102 kills for 330. Saurus Spears really struggled here up against the Tomb Guard Halberds. Really interesting. 30 damage value for the Skin Cohorts with Javelins, 2.4k for the Feral Carnosaur. The triple Dino Threat, which is the staple here for Robo Like a War, he's well known for bringing that to the table, is exceptionally strong. 580 damage value for the Taildon Riders and 350 for the second Fire Leech Bowlers. 94 kills, 2,180 damage value here for the Thunderous One as well. I think it's a little bit more OP here if you do actually drop Kroggar. I know, blasphemy, drop me down. But if you drop both of the Skink Priest and Kroggar and you actually bring in Lord Master Mundi on top as Lack, he comes with the Shield of the Old Ones, he comes with Apotheosis, Nets, Harmonic Convergence, Curse in the Midnight Wind, all the debuffs, and if you manage to have good micro and get all three on there with the Carnosaur and Thunderous One, it is a dangerous triple combo. Very dangerous. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I think the next map is Oakenhammer, that's correct. Yes, Oakenhammer. Oaken Hammer. Yeah, really good game, really good game. Interesting build for Void. I think he's going to be trying some things out as well. You know, just trying to, you know, engage himself and work out some new bits and bobs for the tournament. But yeah, what did you guys think about that build? Did you like the build here from Void? Did you not like the build? I mean, it obviously had some weaknesses, as we saw. But Hand of the Gods is always brilliant. You mean Orange Glow? What do you mean, Bear? Over certain units. Oh, you're talking about the lightning. Yeah, no, the lightning was from the Thunderous one. Oh, I thought you said lights. Oh, okay. But yeah. So if you do bring, obviously, if you do bring Zlak, the true leader of the Lizard Men, I think he's a little bit more. He would have done even better there. But Flock of Doom, of course, was just insane value. Insane value. So Greenskins coming out again. Going to be banning Vampire Counts, and I think IMP is Empire. I think. Okay. Interesting. Obviously, Lizards have been played. Lizards is normally the other second ban after VC. We've already seen Tomb Kings from Roblox, so the only one you could play is Vampire Pirates. Now, if you didn't know, Ducky, he doesn't play Vampire Pirates. So, oh no, sorry, we haven't seen Tomb Kings from him. We haven't seen Tomb Kings, so Tomb Kings could be a good pick here. Tomb Kings for sure could be a good pick. What you could bring Setcha on top of his chariot for the fire damage. You could also bring the Sphinx of Yusef. Some really good picks there. You just have to protect them. If you go lots of skeleton archers, maybe go 4 or 5 units of skeleton archers. Yeah, they're expensive, but you can at least counter shoot against these spider riders. Keep them busy for sure. I always love seeing a hero titan, but I know too little about TK to say how good it's not brilliant. it's not brilliant, to be fair. It comes with Spirit Leech. So the spells it comes with don't count for any Winds of Magic. So it gets 2 Shem's Burning Gaze, and I think it gets 2 or 3 Spirit Leeches, which is pretty good considering it doesn't cost any Winds of Magic. If the Shem's Burning Gaze hits twice and gets some good damage value on maybe a big unit, and you get 2 good Spirit Leeches on something else as well, it's really good. It can really rack up some good damage value, but yeah, it's not super competitive. There is definitely more as the Tomb King you could have brought, but I saw what he was trying to do. And he expected triple dinos, which is why I went with his box. It's just very unlucky that Ducky didn't bring his normal. If he brought his normal Mazda Mundi build on top of Zlak, that could have been a very different battle. Because obviously having Flock of Doom there, by the random off chance, because I think he's still streaming, if he hadn't brought Flock of Doom, it could have been a very different battle. And guys, whilst we're still in chat, please still ask questions. If you've got any questions about any sort of factions, I know some of you guys are a bit newer, some of you guys are a bit more experienced. Get some chat flowing. Start talking about some of the battles, what you would have expected to see there, what some of the builds you could have seen from the Tomb Kings that you would have normally liked to see. But Greenskins here, I would definitely like to see. So you could definitely bring VP. VP is a good counter. I would say it's 75% favoured to Greenskins though still, but it's still one of the factions you can use. Ooh. Okay, so Chaos is still good, but here's the thing. I still think it favours the Greenskins at a high level. You can definitely do some good things, that's for sure. You can do some very good things. That's difficult. Marauder Horsemasters could be very good in this matchup. If they do get a volley into Spider Riders, they can do lots of damage, for sure. You can see why you bring the Hero Titan. Hero Titan's good, you just need to make sure you get your value from it, and it needs to stay busy. It always needs to constantly be in battle to pay for itself. I think what most people do, because it's a large entity, they're afraid, and also because he brought the double Necrotech, he was looking to get the heals either on the Sneaky Snakes, or he was looking to get the heals on the Hero Titan. So that's why you bring those, because you bring Restore. So Warriors of Chaos, what are you going to do here? So Warriors of Chaos have a few ways of doing this battle. You can bring Marauder front lines, go nice and wide to deal with just cheap gobbos. You can also maybe go like 3 units of Marauders with great weapons for a nice wide front line, some skirmish cavalry, maybe even come in with a Hell Cannon. Hell Cannon could do well, but as we well know, Greenskin is the best rush and surround faction in the game, and actually the best faction in the game at this moment. So you're definitely going to be wanting the double feral. You're definitely going to be wanting the double manticore, maybe with the hero on top there. I have to remember what the hero's name is. Oh, my brain's failing me after 3 hours now. Come on, we can do this. Exalted heroes. Definitely bring double exalted heroes. Could be quite good here. Double exalted heroes could be very good for the terror on top of the manticores. They also have some very good stat boosting abilities. What could you expect to see here from the Lord? A good Lord could be Sarthriel. Apologies. It could be Sarthriel. Sarthriel is very good. He has a 50% missile resistance. He also has 25% magic resistance as well, so he should be able to negate a lot against Spirit Leech. And he also comes in with Searing Doom. He also has other good spells as well. I think Chaos is potential adversity. I think it's at the top level, I think it's a 55%, no, probably 60% favour to Greenskins. But you can win with it. You can win with it. Maybe I was being a bit harsh on VP. I think it's still 60-40 for Greenskins up against VP. But I've seen people win it. So Ducky's ready. Looks like Void's ready. And we're going to be fighting on Oakenhammer. So it's going to be a nice wide map. Not too much greenery here either, so it could be interesting. Yeah, that was my thought on the 40%. So that's why I think it's a 40% favour, 60% favour for the Greenskins. And I'd say it's the same for VP. 4 out of 10 times they win VP. I think we saw from the stats that came from WWC, I think they had almost every single time VP was picked up against Greenskins as a counter. And I think their win rate was like 33%. So it's like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. So, yeah. Chaos was used against Greenskins a lot as well. The one interesting thing I've seen since all of the updates is the lack of Skaven. I mean, what happened to Skaven? Just no one plays Skaven anymore. Skaven is still a very top tier faction. Yeah. They dropped heavily, but like one thing to note for some of you guys that may be a little bit newer out there, for example, with the Dowie in the low rounds, so round 1 or 2 of the WWC, they had like a 55% win, I think 55.7% win rate, and then when it dropped through to round 3 and higher, they actually dropped down to as far as 33%, I think, 33.8%, and yeah, Mixer, you are the only one I see play Skaven. So, you know, at different levels you'll see different factions do better. And like, for example, with the Dowie, you get to a higher level. Lower players don't really know what to do against Dowie, but higher players definitely know what to do when do well against. But this is normally a little bit. If you're a good player, Chaos can be done here. But let's pop in here. So we're going to have 3 units of Chaos Warhounds with poison. Some Marauder Horsemen, so it was like 4 units of Marauder Horsemen. For the front line, we are going to have some Chaos Marauders. So lots of Chaos Marauders. We of course have the Mirror Guard, exceptional value for money. The Mirror Guard, very, very good. Also immune to psychology. Lots of Marauders in the front line. We also have some Chosen with great weapons. Interesting stuff. Good AP from these guys. Difficult to deal with. And as we guessed here today, you are going to see the double exalted hero coming with the Mark of Khorne. Now this is a very good pick. This is exactly what I would have brought in this matchup, and you are going to see Archaean the Everchosen. Now Fire Magic very good here with Burning Head, as it does give negative to leadership due to burnt. You're going to see Flaming Sword of Ruin, fire damage very good here up against the Greenskins. Lots of regeneration. Fireball there, Kindle Flame, Slayer of Kings, as well as Stand or Die and Foe Seeker. So you're not going to be seeing his helmet today. His helmet's expensive, but obviously it does give that immune to psychology. In the front line, some Goblin Wolfrider Archers, 2 units, and some Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers, and same over here, 2 and 1. Just going a little bit cheaper on the skirmish, not too much poison, but they do have 100 range on each. You see some Forest Goblin Spider Riders in the back, 1 each side for that good poison. These guys are a pain to deal with. So 1 Bronze Chevron there and 1 here. You are going to see some Night Goblin Fanatics in the front line with the 8-peak Lunis, so really good stuff. You are going to see the Orc Shaman alongside the Night Goblin. Coming in with Wonder Jet, so he is going to be rubbing his wand, giving those extra winds of magic. You're also coming in with Vindictive Glare, and for the Orc Shaman we will be having Brainbuster and Gaze of Mork. In the side we will have Azag the Slaughterer. We don't see Azag much. I like seeing Azag here. So Azag will be having Azag's Odd Armor, which gives the plus armor and melee defense. He'll also be having Foe Seeker, Spirit Leech, and Slag's Slashes. He'll also be having Get On With It, which is the plus 8 leadership. We'll cast as we go through, but the front line will be engaging here using the poison from the Chaos Warhounds. We'll be having lots of Gobbos here, just like 4 or 5 units of Gobbos. And in the back we will have some Black Orcs here with the Stone Trolls. Have that nice regeneration. All the double Black Orcs here today. Black Orcs, oh, give me some Black Orcs up against Chosen with great weapons. Let's go. Let's bring it on. As you can see here in the sky, and it does have a massive 110 speed. He also has the poison 60 melee attack and armor piercing weapon strength. Double Exalted Hero here will be getting shot with the poison up against the Forest Goblin Spider Riders. That foe will come down the front line, hitting, doing some good damage up against the Orc Shaman, and also pushing through, smashing up against the Goblin Wolfrider Archers. Vindictive Glare going down the pipe, just hitting Archaon. No healing here for Archaon, of course, and only regen on the side of the Greenskins. No regen on this side, so you're going to see no trolls on the Chaos side of things. Do like the armored trolls, I think they're quite nice, but not going to be seeing those today. Orc Shaman will be getting hit for nearly 1,000 HP, so some good work there. We are going to see the Goblin and Fanatics coming through. What's the spell going here? So another fireball down the pipeline. Is that fireball going to hit? It does track. Oh, yes, good hit stuff. So he was at 2,000, doing 530 damage there. Really good stuff. As the Slaughterer is just going to be moving around in the sky. Let's get stabbing, they shan't, as the Greenskins will be advancing and getting some good value here. Night Goblin Fanatics will absolutely destroy Marauders as they come through with that really nice poison, but more importantly, they come with the nice Fanatic abilities. These guys do have Stalk, which is really interesting. As you can see, the Marauders of Chaos Marauders will be coming through for that flank on both sides, but you will definitely see, oh, very nice, the Vindictive Glare going down with another Vindictive Glare. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Vindictive Glare, that was Gaze there. So the Gaze went down with Vindictive Glare to really take out the Exalted Hero. Also, they have broken the Night Goblins with a nice Terrifying, very good stuff there. So you don't actually have to be on the floor engaged in melee. Even if you're flying above, you will get the Terror here from the double Exalted Hero, and even Fear here from Archaon the Everchosen. How Archaon the Everchosen doesn't cause terror, I'll never know, but he doesn't cause terror. Black Orcs coming through to the front line. The Night Goblin Shaman here, just in the pocket with that nice Stalk, just waiting to see if he can get some more of those Vindictive Glares off up against the double Exalted Hero. Shooting into the back line here, up against the Royal Horseman, a nice Burning Head here going down. Ooh, really coming down the pipeline up against 2 different units, including the Black Orcs. Black Orcs heavily armoured, so not really going to affect him here in the middle, but doing some good work here up against the Broken Goblins. In the back though, we are going to have a good charge from the Exalted Heroes, but the Black Orcs are very close with the good push from Azag the Slaughterer, poisoning the Exalted Hero. You could lose an Exalted Hero here. That's a really interesting push. One Exalted Hero goes down, and that will be GG's here from both sides. As you see, we are going to see Archaon coming through with the push. Archaon is going to be pushing through to try and see if he can save that Exalted Hero. If you lose the Exalted Hero, that will be game over. But as you can see, Exalted Hero is going to be going through. Can you save? So it looks like we do have Foe Seeker, Slayer of Kings, Stand or Die, and Spirit Leech going down on top of the Everchosen. War going to be going off as well. Looks like you are going to be able to save here, terrifying quite a few different units. Looks like he was able to save the Exalted Hero. Very good work there in the pocket. Fanatics have come back into the mixture, and in the middle here we are going to be seeing some units of Chaos Marauders losing up to Goblins. So as you can see, Goblins 54 melee attack for those mad boys here in the front. I mean, Goblins at 300 cost of 54 melee attack is absolutely no joke. As you see, the Black Orcs in the front will be chomping through Archaon. Archaon does have 120 armor, but these boys are just no joke. Archaon is in trouble here. Archaon really needs some help. I don't think the double exalted heroes can help here. I don't know what can. Where are the Chosens? The Chosen great weapons here in the pocket. 44 kills to these mad boys. These boys do need to come through. Blackhawks will be running away. Chosen will absolutely destroy these guys. Brainbuster here in the pocket up against the Mirror Guard and up against the Chaos Marauders, sacrificing the Goblins there in that pocket. In the back, though, we do have a broken unit of horsemen. We're going to be getting pushed off here by the Goblin Warfighter Archers. And let's get a nice wide view here. Azag very healthy here in the pocket. Balance of power pulling into the greenskin favour. As we can see, the Orc Shaman is going to get pushed off, but Azag is super healthy. Super healthy. Archaon will be going down with Foe Seeker. Exalted Hero will be wavering. Oh, look at that punch, though, up against Azag. If they can snipe Azag here, you can certainly win into the Chaos for sure. But you are going to be losing an Exalted Hero due to the Stone Trolls. These guys have a massive 120 armor piercing strength. Foe Seeker go down. If we can get the Flaming Sword of Ruin, a nice air effect here, fire damage up against the Stone Trolls will be exceptional. Terror will be very good at pushing off the Stone Trolls as well. Do we get back the Exalted Hero, though? He is on negative 19 leadership. He won't be coming back here today. Shooting into the back line up against the Chaos Marauders. We do have the Chosen in the mixture fighting up against Gobos. 8 to 8 feet loonies as well fighting in there. Getting as much value as they possibly can. Spirit Leech going down on the top of Archaon, the Ever Chosen. A push coming in with that poison from Azag and the nice armor piercing. We'll be able to snipe here up against him and the poison from the Spider Riders as well. Unfortunately, Archaon is going to struggle. He is going to shatter, and that will be the victory here for the Greenskins. I know, poor Marauders coming up against those overpowered little Gobos. I mean, you got to like Gobos, let's be honest. You got to like them. You got to like them. You hate Greenskins, but you got to like the Gobos. So 98 kills and 1.6k damage value for Archaon, the Ever Chosen, coming in massively undervalued, unfortunately. He would have been somewhere in the region of 2.5 to 3k. As you can see here, 242 damage value for the Exalted Hero, 600 for the second. These guys are about 1.1k each. Yeah, GG's for sure. But these guys really struggled. Very good builds coming in from both sides. Green is heavily greenskin favoured, unfortunately. 58 damage value for the Marauders, 75, 3 and 196. And 147, just showing the Marauders just super struggle in this front. Like, Goblins just getting mad value. 178 damage for the Mirror Guard. These guys super struggled. 1.1k in for the Chosen great weapons. 151 kills from the Royal Horsemen. Sorry, 151 damage value, 213 and 116 with 155. Poison Warhound, 64, 123 and 125. Unfortunately here, nothing really paying for itself. The Greenskins paying for itself all over the board. Azag 2.1k doing really well with him. 516 for the Night Goblin Shaman, 1.3k for the Orc Shaman. 270 damage value for the Gobos, 330, nothing, and 266. Just showing the Gobos comfortably get their value back, and they still have more damage value to output. 281 for the Night Goblin Fanatics, 1000 damage value for the 8 Peak Loonies, 117 for the Black Orcs, and 500. 162 and 316 for the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, 640, 564, 360 and 430. These guys had still more value to give as well. They could have got in the 500 range quite comfortably. So as you can see, Goblin Warfighters at 375 comfortably paying for themselves. 260 and 370 for the Poisons. These guys could have got more value as well. And 600 damage value for Stone Trolls, which still had regeneration. Really good stuff on both sides. GG's to these guys, well played. So let's hop in. So map 4 will be Tower of Hoeth, and then MP Bluebeach River for the final, if it does go. So Tower of Hoeth, let's get onto it. I really like Tower of Hoeth as well. It has some really, really cool stuff. Tower of Hoeth. Perfect, so we'll be going through to game 4 here. 2-1 to Bellicourt up against a Rubber Duck of War. GG's indeed, GG's. What did you guys think about the battles? Issue I ran into was the Trolls just got rampaged through my front line and I had nothing to stop them. Trolls are super difficult to deal with. You could, if you do Archaon, you can definitely use the Flaming Sword of Ruin and put them on top of maybe... in an area of effect, if you've got 2 units that are close enough that are fighting up against the Stone Trolls, just imbue fire damage. Increase their base weapon damage and imbue that fire damage and magic damage and just punch straight through them. That fire damage will give you a plus 25% damage value due to the fire against regeneration. It should help you really punch through up against those Stone Trolls. Stone Trolls also have very low leadership, and they do have fear, so fear doesn't affect them, but if you have terror, that's really good. So if you manage to get some good stuff. So in a best of 5, you can't pit races that... Yeah, so as it works here, Zypher, in a best of 5, or even best of 3, once you've selected a faction, you cannot be that faction again. So Rubber Duck War has been Chaos, he has been Lizardmen, and he has been Dwarf, so he can't be those again. And the same for Be'lakor, he's been Greenskins, he's been... Oh god, I can't remember what else he's been. VC, and he's been... What did he play before? Oh, Tomb Kings, so he can't be any of those. Which means now they both have to find different factions. And it continues with the ban and protect. So as we go further through here, you're going to be coming down more and more to factions that you don't normally play. Most people have 3 very good factions they're extremely good with. That's alright, Bear. It's alright. You and me together, bro. You and me together. It's super late here, man. I'm tired as well. Tired, hungry, and my pillow is talking to me. Yeah, so going through here, so as you get further and further, so for example, Rubber Duck War is well renowned for an extremely good Lizardman player. He's also a well-known good Wood Elf player, and after that, he's okay with his Dowie for sure, and he's pretty good with his Norskins, but after that, he's not known for playing too much. He plays with Lizardmen pretty much in every single best of 3 you'll come up against. You will see the Lizardmen at least once. You will also more than likely see the Wood Elves as well. Be'lakor is very known as a good greenskin player. He's also a very good VC player, a very good Wood Elf player as well. He's made 3 factions, but in a best of 5 or even a best of 7, which we will be having next week in the Invitational, you will have to play factions that you don't normally use so much. I feel my eyes closing, but gotta watch to the end. Of course, my brother, you've got to watch to the end. You've got to watch. Get hyped for this, man. Let's get hyped. Okay, so we are going to be seeing the Wood Elf coming out of Rubber Duck War, pulling all of the big tricks out of the hat here. So as we've seen, lots and lots of good stuff coming up against the Wood Elves. So banning Dowie and Brett, so 2 brilliant bans there. They are the perfect bans for the Wood Elves. Now what you could see here is High Elves. High Elves could be a very good pick here. Now here's one thing. Now this is something I know about Void, and Void might contest this, which is fair enough if he can contest it. I might not have banned the Dowie, and the reason I might not have banned the Dowie is the fact that I don't expect Be'lakor to bring the Dowie. He's not a Dowie player. Not at all. So what I actually would have banned is Brett and High Elves, expecting him to not go Dowie. I would have banked on him not going Dowie. And if he did go Dowie, I've still got a good Dowie counter because I play Dowie, so I know what they're good at and what they're not so good at. But yeah, it's an interesting one. At the moment, it was one of the worst matchups in the game, Dowie up against Wood Elves for sure. But with all the new DLCs coming up, especially with the sisters coming in, there's lots more even stuff there for both sides. So what does Be'lakor go here? So he definitely has High Elves. You can certainly utilise the High Elves up against Wood Elves. You can even go Wood Elves up against Wood Elves. It would be an interesting matchup. And he also still has the Lizardmen in his pocket. So I think you could see any of those 3 coming up here. Yeah, I've never seen him play Dowie. Yeah, it's true. You do never know. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, Wood Elves up against Wood Elves. Here we go. This is really... The 2 very good Wood Elf players here. 2 very good Wood Elves. It could go either way. I don't know what they're going to bring. I don't know how they're going to bring it. But it's going to be mental. Whatever happens here. Just going to warm up my vocal cords. Get ready for the M&M show here. I'm going to be casting real fast. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. I think Rubber Duck War is a little bit off the meta with Wood Elves as well. Normally he likes to bring some really cool units and bring some different things you don't normally see. But yeah. Oh, does he? I didn't know Void likes his mirrors. Interesting. I think actually what would have been a good pick is either High Elves or even Lizardmen would have been a good pick. I have seen him play Lizardmen before, I think. I actually seen him beat Bob Tresh with a Lizardman mirror match, which was really interesting. Yes, Jay Phoenix, you know, bro, you know. You've seen it. You've seen it. You've seen it. And it's on Tower. It's on Tower of Hoeth as well. So you've got that really, as you can see here on the minimap. You might not be able to see too well. Actually, I think my face is blocking it. No, my face is not blocking it. So you might be able to see. I don't know if you can see my mouse. But on the right hand side of this screen, what you can see here, can you guys see my mouse? I don't know if you can see my mouse. Oh yeah, J Phoenix, I'm actually super glad you're in chat. I might need your help for this one with a bit of with a keen eye of the ref. I could really do with your. Just to catch you up, J Phoenix, it's 2-1 here to Bellacore, and this is a very important match. So if anybody sees any rule breaking, please bring it up to me, of course, and I will review it. But here you got a nice good tree line here on one side, and then of course you have the massive open left hand side as well. So good luck, have fun from Bellacore. He looks like he knows what he's ready to do. And we can see a very interesting build here coming from Rubber Duck at War. Looks like Rubber Duck at War is ready. So the two Titans ready to smash against each other. Potentially, if they both go cav heavy, they can move up the forest. We won't see much of the battle. Yeah, it could be a bit of a problem to deal with. It could get interesting here. Oh, you've been watching? Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Nice. Very good, very good. Oh, awesome, dude. What are you painting? Let us know. Also, guys, like if you do paint things like J Phoenix, or you do any other cool things like art design, anything like that, in my Discord, I actually do have a, I can't remember what I've named it here. Let me double check. I called it media content. That is basically just a page where you guys can post all sorts of media things, like nice pictures you've done, or any sorts of paintings that you've done, or maybe some figurines there for Warhammer tabletop. Any other cool bits and bobs like that, please send in pictures. I'm always interested to see what you guys are up to. But yeah, what are you painting at the moment, Phoenix? Void is a very patient player, so I'm excited to expecting him to try and out-skirmish Ducky. Yes, I think this is what you're going to see. As well as what else for us against? Yeah, that's true, Phoenix. I think what you're going to see here, actually, this is what I think is going to happen. You're going to see a skirmish from Void, and you're going to try and see a counter-skirmish from Ducky. I think that's what you're going to see. But what else against what else? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. Just take a sip of water before we... Oh, you paint landscapes! Oh, even cooler, man. Yes, send that in, bro. I would love to see all your paintings, dude. Sorry, I naturally assumed being into Warhammer, you might paint figurines. I don't know why I assumed that, but still, if you're painting landscapes, send it in. Yeah, of course, man. And dude, if you send in any good pictures that you like, I'll use them as screen blockers for sure. And also, obviously, put your name on there, and people can see all your good stuff. All right, so we don't want to see the trees. What we really want to see is we want to see the nice, beautiful building here. So Terror of Hoeth is actually one of the quest battle maps here for Tyrion. Really nice match here, and actually, if you don't know, you can actually Vanguard deploy here inside the tower. So coming in for Rubber Duck War here with the nice red outline, he will be having a Wild Hunters of Kurnos with the shields, some great Stag Knights, and some Dryads in the front line. So we are going to see, this is exactly what I expected. So some more great Stag Knights here as well. We are going to be trying to see a counter. So in the sky, we do have a Glade Lord on top of a dragon. Interesting stuff. In the forest, oh, brilliant. Oh my god, I love it. So this is one of the best designs in the game, period. I really don't mind what anybody else says, but Ariel here looks absolutely incredible. But as you can see here, we do have some all sorts of stuff in the forest here. We can see great Stag Knights, all sorts of carry, the Wild Riders here as well. It's all sorts of brilliant stuff. Dryads all over the place. And as you see, and of course we can see some Swift Shiver Shards here coming out of Void. There's like 3 units of Swift Shiver Shards, as well as the Glade Lord in the back on foot. What else have we got here for him? So all deployed here in the back corner. I don't know if this is white line camping. It doesn't look like. I don't know if this is corner camping. Please tell me if this is corner camping, please, Phoenix. But we have some Dryads in the back. There's like 5 units of Dryads, Spellsinger, Wild Hunters of Kurnos as well. Some more Wild Riders in the front. Yeah, looks like we have quite a few units. And we have 3 units of Shiver Shards and the Glade Lord. He wouldn't be camping actually if he moves out, to be fair. asleep apparently. I feel that. I feel that. Maybe for you, Jay Phoenix, I'll make a nice sleep time remedy. You know, I'll read some books and record them and see if that helps you sleep. Well, there we go. We have the Glade Lord shooting here into the Dryads. What's he going to be coming on today? Let's see. Looks quite fast. So he will be coming on top of just a normal steed. 94 speed here. The fastest horses here in the game for obviously the Wood Elves. Not including, of course, unicorns. Unicorns do have 95 speed, but obviously these would be the fastest horses. Shooting straight into the Dryads, getting some good damage value, and look at these weird walkers here. I love the way the Dryads move. If you look at them from afar, they just look super weird. Like they just run. Look at them, look at them. They look super weird. But shooting at the front here, we do have 3 units of Deepwood Scouts with the Shiver Shards. They have some very good damage value here. They do actually have the very good magic attacks. And no magic resistance here. Physical resistance for the Dryads, so they're going to be punching through that physical resistance there. As you can see, that 20% for them there. But they do have a flight weakness, so some Starfire Shards going to be really nice here. But I still really like the Deepwood Scouts with the Shiver Shards. Look at that. Absolutely destroying those Dryads in the front there. Very good stuff. They will break down into the next volley. What I would actually do here from Void, I'd actually start targeting the next. That's what they've done. Really good stuff. This one's already done before. Like even if that engages in the front, it's going to be dealt with. We haven't seen the Glade Lord coming down. We don't have any nets, I don't think. No, so no nets on either side. I didn't see where the magic was from this side. So net. Oh, we do have a net. Does the Glade Lord have a net? I don't think. Oh, it's the female Glade Lord, so she does have the net. She has the net as a rainbow, right? Yeah. The prey ref of a Remainer. I can't speak right now. But it obviously gets that negative 22% missile resistance and obviously pins them in place. As you can see here, Wild Riders going up against Wild Riders. Helmet Discord going down as well, thanks to the Glade Lord, who also has Foe Seeker as well as Deadly Onslaught, the nice breath attacks, and the Wild of the Wood for the +5 melee attack. Fighting here with a nice healing from Bellicor from the Life Singer. They're going to be winning here in the combat in the middle. They will be breaking up against Wild Riders from Void. And where are the Great Stag Knights are the question. Great Stag Knights in the pocket. They will be getting shot here up against the Deepwood Scouts. Lots of micro here required from Bellicor. Shooting here into the nice big Glade Lord. It looks painful. And he didn't manage to get into the air, so some really good stuff here. Alariel going to be coming through. Ariel, she's not unbreakable anymore. So she used to be unbreakable, not anymore, but she still has that terror. Mass hitting as well. Breath attacks going down here up against the Wild Hunters, the ROR, the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Wild Hunters of Kurnos, exceptionally good with the bonus for large and large. Oh my god, the Glade Lord, Berry Wine going down, really trying to help. Oh my god, that's a tremendous amount of damage here coming out of the Deepwood Scout. That dragon just got wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Jesus. Robert War pulled. God. Oh my god, that was destruction. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. Oh, I don't know what to say. That was well played, Void. That's all I can say. Yeah, well played, Ducky. Really unfortunate. Perfect counter build. Lots of cav. This range. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. So let's go into it. 1.1k for the Glade Lord. Ariel, really cool pick, but 840 damage value. Berry Wine did go down with Apotheosis as well. Just not enough to out heal that tremendous damage value. 380 damage value. 178 damage. 360. Nothing and 130. Great Stag Knights 190, 770 for the second units, and nothing for the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. I think also Ducky's build here was a little bit stream. I think he's streaming right now, so I think he was influenced by stream. I think the stream wanted him to bring a few builds. Hey, what's up, Gobbo Slayer? If I didn't talk about him earlier, really, really nice dude. But yeah, as you can see, Net of Arama going down as well, doing some really good damage value. 280 there. 1.9k damage value for the Life Singer. Oh, really good stuff from her. She must have had the spell that comes out the... I've forgotten the spell that comes out the floor, but really good spell. Frontline did really well here as well. Frontline did a lot better than Ducky's one. 2.4k damage value for the Deepwood Scouts with the Swift River Shards. I believe they fire 2 arrows in one go. They can do a truckload of damage. But it's 1.6 here as well, and 1.3 of high sister. So that's 4,000 there. 5,300 damage value for 3 units of Deep Scouts. 200, 120, 76, and 700 from the ROR Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Really good stuff there. Really well played to both players. No problem, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tournament. So well played to both these guys. We will be seeing here Void coming through with yet another win here, as 100% securing himself a top spot here in the BattleMania Season 2 Invitational. So good stuff for him. 3-1 going down here, and yeah, good stuff. So what we'll do, we'll put that in there, see if that worked correctly. Yep, 3-1 coming into Void. Very, very good stuff. And we'll finish off and end the tournament. With Ducky coming with 200 points, I'm pretty sure that puts him through to second. But as you can see, Caradoc coming with also third alongside Riffle Shuffle. And in the top 8 for the other good points, we do have Aza, Lunacy, Tank, and Sherfarazm. So all those boys are going to be coming through. And what I will do for you guys tonight, as we do progress through here, through to the latest stage of tonight, I will be posting up all of the results. And you guys better see who's going through in what position. And very soon I will be putting up brackets so you can see who's going to be playing who. Void is smashing BattleMania. He also smashed WWC. He did very well. Done some very, very good bits and bobs himself. There was an exceptional game in the last one. If you guys would like to check it out, from the last BattleMania Season 1 Invitational, where you actually had Evenstar going up against Void. Some very good games there. It was a 3-2 victory to Void in the end, and both of those guys on the top of their game at the moment for sure. Very, very good stuff. Void, along with like people like Lunacy and Ducky, are people you don't want to run into, or especially I don't anyway. They're exceptionally good. They are exceptionally good. But guys, thank you very much for chilling out with me today. I really appreciate it. No, and thank you very much, guys. Once again, thank you very much to Jay Phoenix. He's been exceptional again. A really, really nice dude. And he came through and really helped with BattleMania again today. Guys, next week, next Friday, I will be having BattleMania Season 2 Invitational, where the winner will be taking Total War Warhammer 3 away with themselves, or the £50 prize pool from my own pocket. So guys, I hope you guys are enjoying tonight's event, and hopefully I'll be able to see you for next week's I'm going to be doing the sub-faction tournament, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'll be putting it in the Discord for all of you guys to vote on which day you would like. And also next Friday we will be having the BattleMania Season 2 Invitational. Of course, Big Bear, you'll always be invited. And guys, yet again, if you do want to have a separate BattleMania, well, it's just going to be a BattleMania for fun, where we could do it on the Thursday, and then we have the Invitational on the Friday. I'll be more than happy to throw up another tournament for you guys on the Thursday, if that's what you'd like to do. You just let me know. That means that we can have an open tournament on the Thursday, just for fun, no points, just come along, play, have some good fun, and hopefully enjoy the evening. And then on Friday we'll have the big serious finale. We'll also be doing the sub-faction tournament as well, which will either therefore be Tuesday or Wednesday. So hopefully you guys can enjoy some nice fun there as well. But guys, if you did enjoy this, please leave a big thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you'd like to see some more of this content. And please look after yourself during these times. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you all very, very soon, either in a video or a live stream. Take care.